Wait, no, don't loop, don't loop. Hello, hi everyone. Sorry, I like literally my attention got grabbed by something right before I was about to start that. Hello! Hopefully everyone's doing all right this evening. Hello. Welcome to just kind of a chill Total War stream where we're mainly going to be focusing on just blowing up lots and lots of different cities. I hope you're all doing okay. For those that don't remember, we actually started this campaign on my birthday, which was February 5th, and we got pretty far into it. Like, we got the short victory. And I just need to finish it. But I think we stopped here because I'm about to get attacked by, like, a gajillion Empire things. But I was like, oh, you know what? With the end times coming down the chute, I really need to finish this and finish getting all my achievements. So we're going to finish our Norska campaign. And that's what we're going to focus on doing today. But hope you're all doing well. I will have you know that it is taking me a decent amount of personal self-control not to want to jump and do more Final Fantasy, because I'm actually just really enjoying it right now. But I was like, no, I gotta get this done. Vampire Lord, hey Sotek, I love Lord Beard's Bait. Any chance of getting Andy to play Total War with you again? Andy is the man. I'm sure we could do that somehow, some way. Throgg threatening Sigvald, what a classic. I think that's absolutely something that we could get done. I'm not sure exactly when. Andy is like super busy right now. Oh, I'm inside a city? Well, that was silly of me. Pyrrhic victory. What would this cost me? Not too much. Though this actually looks like a really easy fight. It's mostly just a bunch of range garbage. Yeah, I'll fight this manually. I just gotta be careful with my monsters, but I should be able to just run forward and smash everything. Yeah, I would love to do a Total War stream with Andy sometime soon. We might see, or just the Lorebeards in general. We're gonna be trying to find little ways to do more Lorebeards streams with like more people.
When they wake up.
But yeah, it should be. That's something I think we can make happen. Okay, I don't. I mean, the garrison can run in and fight. They're all gonna die, but they can at least get in the way for a minute. Actually, it'll probably be better to send them on this. Well, no, it'll be better to send them straight at the chute, probably. But what we are gonna do is, I think we're going to leave the Dreadmaw and the Cold Voider, good old Frickistrax, whatever his name is. We'll probably leave them out of this fight because I don't want to risk them dying. Yeah, hopefully everyone's doing okay. I am admittedly doing pretty well myself. Life is not bad, which is always nice to say. You know, we can send an advanced contingent over here to kick ass and chew bubblegum. I just need to be very mindful of the Etten because I don't want him to die if I can avoid it. In fact, we'll send the Chimera over there to support. Did I see Commissar Yarrick is back? I did! I thought that was actually pretty cool. Commissar Yarrick coming back is a pretty hype deal for a lot of 40k fans. And I'm really excited for them. I thought it was really weird how they killed him off screen. That was a choice. So I'm glad that turned out to just be like propaganda, I guess. And they ended up not going through with that because I think that would have been a damn not a good way to end off the character. So I am personally really happy for the 40k community that one of their favorite beloved characters is back, and he's like on Armageddon and doing stuff. Like I think it's fine for someone like Yarrick to die. I am curious how they're going to explain his like presumed death, where everybody like thought he was dead. Actually, no. Let's send Throgg over this way. We'll put you with the defensive trolls. That's fine. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I'm glad he's back. Speaking of Total War shenanigans, we do have more Total War coming up this week. I'm gonna be playing with Stem on Thursday. We're gonna be playing with Stempack, who's one of my genuinely and deeply one of my favorite people in the entire universe. I absolutely adore her. So I am really excited to play with her. I haven't decided who I'm gonna play yet in that campaign. I know that she's gonna be playing, I think, Ikit Claw. So I'm thinking I'm probably gonna play like Scrag the Slaughterer. Ogres is kind of calling my name right now. But I could also do Beastmen. So I don't know. I was curious if any of y'all had like ideas of who would be fun to play for that. Alright, we do need to kind of keep an eye on what we're doing here, particularly on the Etten, because he's going to get harassed by Outriders if I'm not careful. Okay, everyone chase them except you. You go after them. Okay, Throgg is in it to win it. Let's go ahead and vomit on some peeps. Fight them. Bring y'all after these cavalry. Get back into there. Where's my wizard? Let's do a purple sun right over there. Let's unleash some buffs. I'm gonna call down lightning on those nerds. You lot. Go make sure they don't come back. We're gonna doom and darkness these guys. To just try and get rid of them. I do have a big monster horde about to show up and help. Okay, y'all are gonna go that way. You're gonna fight the demigryphs. Wizard. Let's debuff the demigryphs so they don't annihilate my plague trolls. You're gonna go that way. I think Throgg's like, I don't remember if he's immortal, but I remember he's pretty goddamn tough. Let's have you focus the wizard. We're gonna have this boy land so I can regenerate. He should be pretty okay to kill that dude. We'll have Throgg fight Franz. Y'all get on those outriders. Let's try and stay ahead of it, boys. Stay ahead of it. Okay, good. Good over here. Okay, good. Y'all killed all that shit. Let's go over this way. I'm gonna run over this way. I'm gonna activate this so I can heal. Okay, Franz is here to fight. That's a bad choice on his part. I'm gonna back my wizard up though. We're gonna hit him with withering. Gonna hit Throgg with that. Send you guys to go fight over here. Okay. I'm starting to get so excited about Total War stuff again, because like it's still hard for my brain to process. Okay, I'm gonna have my armored skin wolves run away. Hey, monster horde's here. Great. Monster horde. Kill everyone. Oops. 5. Kill everyone. Cool. You lot go over there. Okay, Franz. Oh no, that's not Franz. That's the other. Drop this over here. I want y'all to go plow into the infantry horde. Y'all come over this way. Y'all are doing fine over there. Trolls. We're gonna head for the main crux here. Everybody head for that central area. We're gonna have you pick up and fly a bit. See if we can fireball over here. You lot, get on Franz. Let's get this thing out of here. I want you to doom and darkness these nerds. I'm gonna purple sun over into this mess. We're gonna have the dread mob make its way over this way. Y'all chase them. Y'all chase them. You chase them. Gonna have you go ahead and pop up so you can be kind of annoying. I need y'all all to head over this way. We're gonna teleport under these dudes. Franz is almost dead. Let's have these guys back up. We're gonna have the ROR fly over in the back line. These guys charge into this part of the back line. Okay, Franz is dead. We're gonna head over this way. Wizard, I need a big shadow spell there. We're going to start launching fireballs at everyone. I think we just need to deal with unbreakable squads now, which we're just gonna hit them with mass debuffs. Let's have these ice wolves pull back. You're going to call down a storm on top of these guys. Y'all are gonna chase off as many people as you can. See, I don't have a pendulum. You boys all go run people down. Throgg, let's go fight over here. And we're just gonna push our way in over this. Alright, that should be good. Alright, Sean DeWolf, thank you so much for the bidleys. Tell your dog to say hi. Oh, I will. Oh, dude, Sadie was so happy today. Sadie got, we had a rotisserie chicken that was like, it was gonna go bad. Nobody ate it, and we were doing other stuff for dinner because we had like other ingredients we were messing with. So it was like, oh, well, let's just give Sadie the leftover rotisserie chicken. So I pulled it all apart and heated it up a bit and put it in her dog food. And, oh, that dog. Oh man, she was in heaven. Could something like the Star Child be in fantasy? Yeah, if you wanted it to be. Well, okay, Scar, it depends on what you mean by something like. Like, do you mean the exact concept of the Star Child? So, like, the Emperor of Mankind himself literally remanifesting into a form like that? Like, is that what you mean? Or do you mean... That's the first time I've beaten Karl Franz with Throgg? Huh. Or do you instead mean, like, no, like something akin to him? Because those would genuinely be two different conversations. The answer to both is yes, you could do it. I could give you more specifics if you knew, like, what you meant. If I knew what you meant more specifically. Let's get more of this. I always forget how much I fucking love playing this game until I have some time to sit down and play it again. I'm like, oh my god, I forgot that. Like, this is like my favorite game of all time. How's the Troll King going? It's good. How's the Troll Lean going? It's going quite well. We're smashing and bashing, boy. We're smashing and bashing. The Empire has been allowed to thrive for too long, and they thought themselves safe, and they were wrong. And now we're eating real good. Oh, the Black Iron Reavers. Yay, we got Lord Mortkin's personal banner. Cool, I'll put that on my wizard army. Actually, no, we should give that to a Norskan chieftain army, shouldn't we? That's more thematic. I do like my thematic designs. Leak, see, I don't want to hit Minstag just yet. Because I think these idiots could make their way... Wait, why can't they pass Hergig? Huh. Local province, casualty replenishment. That gives me better recruitment stuff. Let's do this. Okay, I don't think they can make it all the way to Minstag from there. So let's go ahead and go in here and we'll offer up, we're gonna offer this up to Grandfather.
Allegiance, my lord. The pecking of the crow can be heard over the cry of battle. All shall be befouled.
Oh, that reminds me, I need to actually grab a sticky note. Video on combining trash loot in Total War 2. There we go. An etheric entity that is made of the empathy of a god such etheric entity. Yes, gods are weird. Gods are super weird, and they don't play by typical rules. They operate in very bizarre alien gray spaces. So the big answer to your question is, could you have a situation of making ports really cheap? It's actually kind of nice. Actually, no, I need more buddy up stuff with, like, the various chaos swords. Oh, or do I want this? There's so many things that I want. Fuck me. I really would like to get Ice-Blooded Strength. That would be super nice. This is also really good. Okay. Oh no, we want what starts the war. That's what we want next. Because this is going to give us missile block chance, battle healing cap, ward save for trolls and stuff. Yeah. And then we'll eventually work our way up to Ice-Blooded Strength. So let's do that. That's fine. Okay, here I'm going to build I think we're going to build a troll grotto here. Now I got to figure out where all my other wards are. Tony Troll Guts. Oh, right, you were attacking Nagaroth with extreme impunity. You are missing a unit. Are we friends with Volkia? No, not really. Okay, cool. How does Volkia feel about Sigvald? She hates Sigvald. Cool. That means I'm taking advantage of her nonsense, but I'm fine with that. Okay, I can take advantage of my allegiance with the World Walkers to grab me a powerful unit much faster than I can through global recruitment, apparently. So let's take advantage of that. Let's grab me...
Keep moving. It's only ice.
I could use a big chariot. I could also just use like a big monster. Let's grab some Kurgan would also be kind of nice. But let's grab a Kirstetten. That'll kind of give us a big monster. Oh, here's our big combat lord. Okay. I was working on a combat lord. Oh, that's right. This is the Scylla themed army. That's cool. Let's get rid of the Ore Slave and grab me Banner of the Black Iron Reavers. That feels thematically appropriate. Almantis, hi! Good to see you. What you doing, buddy? If y'all don't know Almantis, he's one of the coolest fucking people that you can find on this here website. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed if you don't know him and you're not following him over on Twitch.tv. If you're not following him, what are you doing with your life? Fix that right now. Fix that right now. Go over and follow him. Your life will be better for it. It's scientifically proven. Plus, he's I don't know, he's just a goat. Not like a literal goat, but never mind. Okay, let's get the Charm Shield on Bjorg and on Scylla. How are we doing on Talismans? Bleh. Okay, so let's give you Barrier. That's fine. Pigeon Blugger Pendant's kind of meh. Yeah, we can stop on him. That's fine. Enchanted Crown of Command. Potion of Toughness is always nice.
I hear you.
Let's slap the Potion of Strength on the Wolf Boy. We can give... I don't really like the Crown of Command. Okay, let's combine some various scepters. Because I think I only have 4 wizards running around. Yeah, so let's combine these. Gives us another Book of Assure. Okay, that's fine for the moment. And then how are we doing on ancillaries? A Berserker on Scylla? Yes, please. Mammoth Tamer. Okay, what can an Ore Slave go on? Only on Lords. So we'll do that. Okay, cool. That gets us caught up on items and stuff. Kurgans like the hills? Well, in this, the Kurgan are one of the main... like, they're one of the larger Chaos Horde tribes. So you have the Norse, which live down in Norska, or the Norskins. They're more accurately called Norskins. But you have the Norskins down in Norska. The Kurgan tend to predominantly dominate the northeastern side of the Chaos Waste, and then you have the Hung, who tend to dominate more the northwestern side of the Chaos Waste. And they're different tribal communities that live underneath the shadow of chaos, and it's a hard life. It's a very hard knock life, one might say. What does this do? This drains my spoils per turn. I don't think I want that, so I'm going to take that thing. Are the Dolgans one of the current? Yes, the Dolgan are... So, think of it this way. Like, you can have, like, you're a North American. So you live in North America, right? That's a very big space. So that's like being Kurgan. Then, what country you live in. So you might say, well, I'm Canadian, or I'm American, or I'm Mexican. That would be like saying, I'm a Dolgan. So a Dolgan is the Dolgan tribes are a subdivision of the Kurgan. And then within the Dolgans, there are further subdivisions, which are the individual peoples that are led by their own chieftains or warlords or kings. So there's layers that build up to it. Given Skardrand betrayed Khorne via Tzeentch influence, even though he is a shard of Khorne, does that mean given the proper conditions, could a demon go order?
Take what's theirs.
So, could a demon go order is a bit of a funky question. It would depend on what you're asking when you ask that, because there are different ways that could be interpreted. So, like, if you're asking me, hey, could a demon like willingly decide to betray, how do I word this? Could you have a demon that despises chaos and goes out of its way to antagonize and kill chaos? And that's like its obsession. That's all it cares about. And the answer would be yes, that could absolutely happen. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that entity is, that doesn't mean that entity is like pro-order per se. It might think that it is, but chaos by its own nature is anathema to order, because chaos literally like breaks reality down. Whether willingly or not, you can almost think of chaos as is a cancer on reality. It's the very concept of life forever mutating and shattering the laws of reality and breaking outwards. Now, could you have a form of hypothetical chaos cancer that specializes in attacking and killing other forms of chaos super cancer, and it doesn't care about, it doesn't seem to side with chaos or have any interest in supporting chaos? Could something like that exist? Yes. But by its very nature, it would cause considerable amounts of harm and the breaking down of reality just through its sheer existence. Almantis says, history nerd moment. Kurgans are a type of man-made hill in Far Eastern Europe, and it's often taken that people who built those were the original speakers of Indo-European back like 6,000 years ago. Yeah, that probably sounds like someone, oh, there's a character named the Kurgan, the 1980s action film, the Highlander. So that's probably what inspired the name of the Kurgan, is probably the Highlander, because especially early Games Workshop, a lot of their ideas were pop culture references or just like random things around them. Arbol is a regional power. Okay. I am good buddies with him. Okay, so we might... Okay, we do need to keep an eye on that. Alright, so... We've got Albrecht Graf trying to be annoying north of me. How typical of humans. Yeah, I'm gonna build a mock god so I can start getting Nurgle boys. I'm gonna go kill this asshole. I guess Karl Franz must have killed Vlad earlier, because he can, like, regenerate. Sup, dork? Bonk. Yeah, I'm trying to make my way to take Brass Keep. That would be ideal. Okay. Cool. Let's get 2 points in Scarred Veterans, so we've got maximum healing. Grab Earthing on our Famir. You, my boy, need more... you need more armor. Let's get more armor. And our Werekin, let's get Unnatural Thirst maxed out. Given... Oh, no, I already answered that. Are there other undecided... I like that you call them undecided demons. Like, the demons are like... I don't know. Do I want to be a corn demon today? I don't know. I'm feeling a little more zinchy today. Like, I know that's probably not what you meant, but I just find that very funny. Are there more demons like Bellicor? So undivided demons. Yes, there are. I would say the majority of demons that you would actually encounter within the setting are probably going to be undivided, champions of undivided, or entities that are you would consider undivided. But that doesn't mean that they're like following like a nebulous purpose. It means that they are either offshoots of some kind of other god or entity, or it means that they have like, they might not be part of a larger entity. They might just be like some random scrap of unintended like emotion or a powerful individual's soul or a concept that has sort of managed to warp into a form of life. See, I need more Troll King Dominion points. We're almost maxed out on these. And once we're maxed out on those, that'll be great, because then I can focus on other stuff. Okay, we're gonna send... I forgot that's y'all named some of these dudes. We're gonna send Manly Man Manson here over to Hell Pit so he can go hunt the Hell Beast of Seatgore eventually. But I think we're most likely gonna have Tony Trollguts here focus on dealing with other junk. What am I doing with you? Good lord, I have been filling you up with monsters, huh? I don't remember what I was doing with this army. Okay. I guess I sent you down here to probably recruit some Norskans. Or what am I doing with this guy? Okay. So, okay, we have a Death Wizard here who I was speccing into something. I have no idea what. Let's get you some Kurgan boys. I don't think we have a Kurgan themed army yet, so let's do like Kurgans and monsters. That sounds fun. I don't know. I have no idea what I was doing with this guy. Let's get you a Werekin. Uncompromising is really good. Sneaky's okay. Tough's really good on a Tough is really good on a regenerating character. Those 10% extra hit points are incredible. But Unyielding Assault is also really, really good. Let's go with Tough. Rar, 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 rar. We're gonna spec you into Vicious Assault, because it looks like we're building this army to be kind of fast. Okay. I don't have any other items for the moment. I can give you a War Banner, Grayling Werekin, and that's it. We're maxed out. Okay. Okay. Throgg very likely might be about to eat a big attack from the Empire stuff. Okay, Throt is being a goober. That's fine. Alright. When do you think we'll get new updates about the End Times DLC? Probably at the end of April. But I think we're probably... The End Times advertising is probably going to be very fast and furious. I'm going to be honest. Like, it's probably going to be like, pa, 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 pa. Because I imagine they're going to want to focus on Bashiva mainly. There's a chance we might get a Nagash focus or a Glotkin focus, because ain't no way, like, looking at like all the obvious stuff that's gonna be happening with the End Times, I would guess we might get like the second part, which would probably be Glotkin, would be like the way I think would be. That seems like the most sensible way things are gonna go. So that would probably be like in, I don't know. Because it depends on like, it depends so much on like who all we're looking at and what the order they want to do it in is. There's a lot of different ways they could go with it. But regardless of the order, if their goal is to release, let's say late summer, let's say August, right? Like if they release in the last day of August, I would imagine they're gonna want to have something like a month dedicated to each thing, but it's hard to say. All right, let's go after the Beast of Rema with Tony Trollguts. Here we go.
The bones of some beasts must pave the road for the rest.
All right, so let's pop into March stance, and we're gonna start heading up that way. Go hunt ourselves a big boy. All right, and then Hardwolf. I could just use global recruitment. Hey, I can get Warriors of Nurgle now? Hell yeah, dude, sign me up. I like how I'm like, I'm gonna make this army really fast, and now I'm getting like the slowest goddamn Chaos Warriors known to man. But, you know, win in Rome. Okay. What do we... Okay. Is there any good point to this? Oh, that gives me spoils per turn? Yeah, dude, give me that. Give me a garrison here. I want Krakadrak to be like an absolute fortress. Actually, before doing that, let's do the growth building. Just to make growth here a little bit less slow. Okay, Franz ran away. That pleases me. I'm gonna come up and I'm going to take Brass Keep. I'm gonna pillage and raise it. Oh, Armor of the Dark Gods. Holy shit. I love Armor of the Dark Gods. You cannot make it to safety, so you're just gonna go hide behind him. I love Dark God armor. That's my favorite kind. Let's get Woundmaker. I never finished the Star Child. I mean, the answer is yes. You could have a creature. You could have an entity that exists that is some sort of offshoot or remanifestation of an aspect of a god, or like a part of what a god casts off of itself. I mean, that's basically just what demons are. The Star Child is not actually that interesting or significant of a creature, to be honest, because it's basically just kind of a demon. It's just because it's the Emperor's demon, they're like, oh, it's like a crazy big deal. It's really not. Like, you know, there's some cool stuff to that, the story that's being told there, but I wouldn't say that it's anything like notably unique or fascinating compared to you know, other stuff.
Wind wielder.
Is Face Flaya one of the Lords of the End Times DLC? Yeah, I bet he is.
What now?
Face Flaya is probably the he'd be the most powerful lord in the DLC, actually. What's the strongest species in Warhammer, you reckon? An average person / creature? Probably dragons. Dragons are probably the most powerful average creature. Either dragons or Slawn would be my guess. You think or you know? I think that I would be shocked if the End Times is not about the 3 big bads that were missing from the End Times, plus a bonus. Though I'm more curious what the bonus is. A faulty Doom Sphere. I do like that research bonus. I don't think I have the ability to lower Skaven corruption though.
Biofoot 45 X100. We just cracked it.
Yeah,
Gash, Little Pop, Kabenda, Face Flyer for the End Times.
I think I would literally have to retire. If they came out and were like, oh hey, we're gonna do Kabanda as one of the big bads of the End Times, I feel like I would be done. I feel like that would be me being like, all right, I'm done. I no longer wish to be associated with Total War. I'm out. I'm out. Oh, I would rage. I would rage if they did that. God, I would hate that on so many levels. I can't... Do you live here? You do live here. Okay. No wonder you're getting pissy with me. I'm just trampling all over your space. Okay, I'm gonna go join up with his army. I want to be defensive friends, I say, as I realized I just spent a bunch of money on stuff I didn't have to spend it on. Defensive alliance. Oh, we can get a military alliance with Be'lakor. Sure.
The pact.
Awesome. Cool. I'm down with that. Which means I can now build an outpost in Conquata. The tides of chaos are rising. Yes, yes. All right. Let's go over here. Warriors first. I gained the wounded trait. which doesn't actually wound me, but it debuffs me a little bit. I'm fine with that because this character is not even like a fighter character, so I'm fine.
X100. What would happen if they brought Kremlo as a legendary hero for Norska?
I would give my channel to someone else. I mean, Kremlo, like, if we're putting the memes aside for a second, I think there would be some possibilities to do some cool things with Kremlo if Kremlo was reworked as a character. You couldn't do Kremlo as he was left. I don't think that would work. If you wanted to do Kremlo and you wanted to do it well, you would basically need to go in and redesign the character, in my opinion, to make it where he actually makes sense. So, but the idea of like, oh, we want to do a character who's a skink or like a Saurus that was somehow discovered in Skeggy and they raised him as their own and he's like kind of imprinted onto their culture. I think there's an interesting story there that you could follow and you could make an interesting, cool character out of it. It wouldn't be my, it would be a lot of work for very little gain. As much as I like to shit on Kremlo and talk about like that he's just like the worst thing ever, I don't actually think he'd be that terrible. He would be very different though. He'd be very different. Like, I don't think you could do the big frog boy anymore. I think that would be way too crazy and wild for modern communities. Armor of the... Oh, wow. Okay, there's like 3 Dark God items. Okay, what does the Armor of the Dark Gods do? It gives me a giant super heal when I'm close to death, immunity to contact effects, physical resistance, and armor. Honestly, I think I'm fine slapping that on... Let's slap that on this big boy. And then I can move the Gambler's armor on to... Let's put it on my Famir. Talisman of Preservation. Let's put on my Werekin in my big bad army. Cool, great, awesome. Alright, and then we've got a new ancillary. Oh, we got a Beast Tamer. Okay, that's everything. Alright. Cool beans. I'm just looking for a 3rd Tzeentch Legendary Lord. I believe it is coming. I would be willing to put down cash. I would be willing to put down a monstrous amount of cash that eventually you will get Egron von Horseman as the 3rd Tzeentch Legendary Lord. Honest to goodness. Also, pal, how you doing? Real quick, by the way, I just want to welcome everyone to the stream that does the little redeem stuff. Oh, Lord Grom, thank you for the 44 months. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Razor Dragontail, Tech 27, Castraded, Solter, Sean DeWolf, Canuckle, Almantis, Founix, Fow, how are you? Jesus, Fow, we haven't talked in like 1,000 years. I hope you're doing well, dude. I hope life's been treating you kindly. Are you at war with anyone that I can like join against? The Lara Lorn. Deal. Oh yeah. Cool. And we've got an outpost building in Hell Pit. Let's go. Okay. Wow, that annihilated my economy, but that's okay. Manly Man, Manderson, why don't you go wipe out the Scourge of Aquitaine? No reason not to. That's gonna cost me an Ice Wolf unit. I don't know if I like that. Ah, but if I use that banner, it doesn't cost me a unit. Haha! Get owned! Totally not the Red Duke. I don't know why they made the Scourge of Aquitaine into an army when the Red Duke was already in the game. Because the Scourge of Aquitaine is literally the Red Duke. Like, that's just who that is. So I have no idea why they were like, oh, let's make him into his own faction. It's like, but he's already in the game. I guess, you know, I guess I'm just dumb. Scylla. Let's get Deadly Onslaught going. You get me 3rd point Piercing Bolts of Burning. You grab Hard to Hit. Cool, great, awesome. Yeah, because that's our like hound themed army. That's right. Okay, you got a pretty fast and mean army. Why don't you go try to wipe out the Lorelorn? That could be your job. Okay.
One of a kind.
Taliban's looking awfully submissible and alterable right now.
Onset in blood.
Oh, I could get. Well, okay, I'm actually doing really well on spoils. I don't think I need more spoils. More altar. Oh, but if I pillage and raise, I could get a magic item. It is Talapine, though. Yeah, I'm gonna offer it to Nurgle. I'm gonna offer it to Grandfather. Okay. Let's do Woundmaker so I can get Colossal Strike next turn. What do I think the Lords for the End Times will be? Unless they are pulling the biggest hoodwink of all time, it is almost assuredly Nagash, Glotkin, Thankful, and then question mark. Because it's not going to be any elf stuff, because we have all the elves from the End Times, and the elves also didn't get anything in the End Times of note, so I don't think elf stuff would make sense. I would bet it's going to be an Order faction. The most likely options are either Grand Cathay or the Empire. For the Empire, we are missing what's it called? We are missing the Army of Middenheim from the Storm of Chaos book, which the Storm of Chaos book has a lot of like different rosters within it that are part of like the Warhammer Fantasy Legacy. And all of them are in Total War Warhammer except for the Middenheim army. If memory serves, I believe Middenheim is the only host that has not received. Why don't you do an Eagle Shrine? Yeah, that's fine. Start making Bird Daddy happy over here. Which if they did Middenheim, they could do our Ulrich, Emil Valgir. They could do Boris Todbringer. They could do Kurt Helborg. Though if you're doing Middenheim, it should be either Boris Todbringer or our Ulrich, Emil Valgir. Which either one of those I would be absolutely fucking elated to get, because they're both like super fucking violent characters. But those would be the most likely options, I would think. If it's Cathay, they could do the Monkey King. I think the Monkey King would actually be enough of a big character that you could justify building an End Times DLC around him, especially because in the newest books, the newest lore we're getting. Oh my god, look at all these goofy ass land ships. The newest book that we got, which me and Andy are going to be covering tomorrow on Lorebeards. So if you're a fan of Lorebeards and you love when we're going over the old world and new lore and we talk about the ramifications of it, be sure to join us for Lorebeards tomorrow at 3 p.m. CST, where we'll be going over that. I think it's it's either at 3 p.m. CST or 2 p.m. CST, because I forget where we're at right now with like time zone shit. Anyway, okay, yeah, you are gonna march that way. Now the question is, do I go? Okay, I think the Skaven are gonna hit this direction, so I'm gonna go this direction and push Franz away from all of my god altars, because how dare he? How dare you touch my shit? Okay, we're gonna hit the altar of ultimate darkness, and we're gonna consecrate it in the name of the gods. Actually, I lied. I'm gonna pillage and raise it. Dang it. I'm really hoping for the I'm really hoping for the damn what's it called? Items. I really want the fancy items.
A true God's sake.
What do I want on you, Big Daddy? Let's get Razor Claws. Yeah, you, great job at dealing with those annoying little dudes. I want you to focus on just healing for right now. That's fine. Do you have the trait for... No, you don't have the trait for March Stance. So we'll just do that. We're going to build a Zinc Shrine over here. Cool. No, Boris Toddbringer is in the game already. He doesn't have a unique voice actor. He has a unique model, but that's it. Well, he has a unique model, and if you confederate him in campaign, he has a unique skill tree. But it's not super unique. It's a little unique. So there is that. Oh man, I realized I haven't talked to y'all about my earlier day. I had the weirdest day today, my dudes. I had like the most bizarre... Where are all the Dark Elf armies? This is like kind of spooking me a little bit. Let's do another Zinc altar here. That way I can get healing. Rally. So like I was very tired yesterday. Like we did like lore beards and everything, and always after lore beards I have like another thing I gotta go do that takes place like immediately afterwards. So I went to go do my other thing that takes several hours, and once I got through it, I was pretty tired because I didn't sleep super great the night before. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go lay down. Like I'm gonna get just a little bit of sleep. So I took like a nap, and was feeling great. Life was good. But then like I got up, I ate some food to like make sure I'd eaten dinner. And then I kind of looked at the time and it was like, oh geez, it's like already, like it's a little late. I guess I could just, you know, I guess I'll just like go to bed. So, because there wasn't like anything else I had a ton of time for, and I was like, I don't think I really want to go do like a super late night stream, because I would rather get up at a reasonable hour than that. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go whatever. So I tried to sleep and I was having a really hard time falling asleep. Like I just wasn't able to like get comfortable and all that stuff. And it eventually built up to I fell asleep, but it was like that really not good version of falling asleep where like you're like dreaming, but you're not sure if you're dreaming, you're not sure if you're awake. And I had one of the most like grotesque, awful nightmares I think I've ever had, that I can remember at least. And it was so bizarrely awful, because like I dreamed that I like was in some kind of house or building or something, and like as I was walking around, suddenly like my limbs started feeling heavy and I was like having a hard time like moving and stuff. And I think it's because a part of my brain was vaguely aware of the fact that I was asleep, and it knew that I had like, you know, when you're asleep, your body like paralyzes itself if it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, to make sure that you don't like move in your sleep. But it was like affecting the way I perceived myself in my dream. And then I was like laying on the ground, and like, oh geez, I can't move really well. This is weird. Like, this is bad. Am I, like, is something wrong with me? Like, am I sick? Like, what's going on? Like, I was like thinking, and then all these like creatures started showing up, like coming out of the hallways and stuff. And they weren't like they were creepy looking, but I didn't get the sense that they were like malicious. And I was like, oh, this is not good. But they like dragged me outside of this building. And then my parents randomly showed up, which it's incredibly rare that I ever have a dream that like real people are in, much less my folks. And my parents were like, oh my gosh, like we're here to get you and take you to the hospital. I was like, oh, thank God, like they've shown up and I'm gonna be able to get to the hospital, like thank goodness. But then I like looked at my arm and my legs, and I like my arms and legs were like swollen, but like not the edges of my arms, but like all of the middle parts where your bones are was like rotting. Like, I could see through my arm, and it was like a bunch of rotting flesh. And I was like, oh, that's not good. Of like, my arms and legs were rotting away. Not great. Not a good, not, that doesn't bode well. And so they were like, oh, we gotta like, take you to the hospital. I was like, okay, that makes sense. So then I get to the hospital, and they're like, talking at the hospital about they have to like debride, like, and like flush out the stuff, and I'm like, oh man, that's gonna really hurt. They're like, no, we'll give you this injection so like you won't feel pain, but it's gonna make your body feel really stiff. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. And they're like doing all this stuff, and they're like, oh, we're gonna have to like flush out his like all those wounds so we can like start trying to heal him, and he's gonna be paralyzed, so he's gonna need like a catheter, and he's gonna do this stuff. And to be clear, I have never had to go into a hospital in my life where I have been there for more than like just a teeny tiny bit. Like every time I've ever had to go to a hospital, it's always been like a super, you're in, you're out, you're done. Or you know, like I've had like very brief procedures where I get put under, but like I'm out and going home the same day. So I'm like, man, this is stuff that I've never had to actually deal with, and this is all super weird. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna like deal with this thing now. And I'm like, oh boy, like stuff's about to get serious. And then I woke up. It was like, what? Like what the fuck is going on? It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. It was so bizarre. It is. My mother is actually really notorious for having like really weird dreams, but her dreams are usually more like fanciful in a sense. Like they're more goofy than anything. Whereas I woke up and I was like, man, that was like genuinely and profoundly uncomfortable. What a bizarre just thing that I just went through. And then I went back to sleep because I was like, oh, it's like 2 a.m. and I could tell my anxiety was like starting to buzz. Like I was getting anxious because a part of my brain was like, oh, something bad's happening. And I was like, okay, whatever, it's just a dream, I'm just gonna go back to sleep. And I shit you guys not, I had like 4 distinct dreams that were all that level of just weird shit. Just weird shit. The rest of them weren't like scary or frightening. They were just odd. Like I would just wake up and be like, huh, that was weird. But anyway, so that was my night. I did not get very much sleep, and it was it was a whole thing. Okay, we're gonna let him stay here and get a little more health back. Who is this? Oh, this is the Cornate one. Let's do Roar Arms. Hell yeah. Alright, and they're just gonna hang out over here because they're waiting for the other guys to finish their monster hunt, and then that will give these guys the okay.
Peace is not why I have made this accommodation.
Well, too bad. You're getting peace. Okay, cool. We're getting chaos buddies. Excellent. Can I upgrade this? No, because we're not military allies. Okay. Oh, now we're military allies. Hell yeah.
It brings meat flesh.
Talking about my best friend. Do love Throgg. Okay, cool. And I have now unlocked the ability to globally recruit stone trolls, which I didn't have access to until now. So let's drop. Oh god, what do I want to get rid of here? I guess we'll drop one of each troll. So let's get rid of a Norskan ice troll, and let's get rid of a bile troll, and we'll pick up two. We will pick up two stone trolls. If I can find them. I just had them. Where the fuck did they go? They're there. Alright, so that'll give Big Daddy here something to do for a bit. We can do a troll grotto here. That's fine. Okay. Nice. We got demon princes coming down. We're smashing and bashing our way through the empire. It's going great. We're also causing havoc over in Nagaroth. Good shit. You do have some berserkers. So why don't I give you the Bearsingling berserker character, who is a Bearsingling? So actually, sorry, it's a Barnsingling, not a Bearsingling. Those are two different tribes, I think. I've never heard of the Barnsinglings. I wonder if that's a misspelling. Okay, cool. Have I been sick? No! Like when I woke up, I felt not good, but it wasn't because I was sick. It was because like I had slept for too long and I hadn't eaten, and I was also dehydrated.
Reject my offer of his.
And trade with. Damn. All right. Sure, dude. I'll be best friends with you for that much money in a trade agreement. God, I really hope we get a quick head taker rework before I die of old age. Here's that. Hold on. But anyway, how are you guys? How's everybody doing? Well, I hope. Okay. I need to delete this. Leak schedule. Monday was a lie. I'm live right meow with Throgg. Also, sorry again. There we go. Post that. Pin it. There we go. Oh, those silly little wood elves don't think they're in horrible danger.
The auguries ascend.
Hey, it's time to fight a super hydra. A super hydra on cocaine. Let's go! Quick head taker video rework right when the video comes out? Oh dear god, that's probably... You're right, that's probably how it's gonna go. The Beast of Rama.
You bring token trinket to give to Throgg. Yes, yes. Good, good. I accept your offering for Moda Clan.
The Hydra can make everything in my army rampage.
So
And it can heal nearby allies. Ew.
In her dragon form, and also who's your favorite dragon kid? I love my girl failure of a sailor.
Is it true Yin Yin is the biggest, strongest in her dragon form? No? I have not seen that written anywhere, so I don't know where that's coming from. to my knowledge, there has been no notes that like compares the Dragon Kids and their like particular skill levels or feats or what have you. Yeah, let's just deploy right up in their face. I would be very shocked personally if Yin Yin was the biggest, like physically. My bet would be that Li Dao is probably the biggest physically. Like when it comes to the ability to kick ass and chew bubblegum in close combat, it is probably Li Dao. But I have not seen any notes anywhere that indicate any of that information. So I would say that we don't know right now. Explain Jade Longma. Actually, I'm curious about the... Oh, that's right. You just reminded me. I was actually supposed to look up a little thing about Jade Longma because I saw people making the dragon fucking joke again, and I was like, I'm pretty sure they are not porked by dragons. I don't remember where they include their note. Do they even get a note in here? Thayan Ogres, Grand Cannons. Might be actually in Total War. Because the Longma don't get much information in the actual new books. Because they don't have like a mount section. Yin Yin has the most space to grow because the ocean. I don't think that's how that works, but I mean, sure, why not? All right, we got a pretty beefy horde here. So we're gonna have the forward-facing troops charge in immediately, followed up by the next infantry brigade. There we go. We'll put our characters together. We've got the followers of the Great Eagle Chariot unit, which is really, really good. And then we got a lot of range boys. Oh, we can put actually let's team up our mammoths. That's fine. And then we've got the Iceforge Legion, which I think I'm actually gonna leave a Marauder Champion unit to defend the Iceforge Legion, just to make sure they don't like somehow get jumped.
Either they will die, or you will. Our Lord.
Okay, let's focus on getting rid of the small fries sooner rather than later. Hellforge Legion. Let's focus that dragon. I'm gonna go bully this boy. We're gonna summon a Manticore. Why don't you come help fight dragon? Bjorg, go after the beast. Okay, we should be able to like almost immediately annihilate all of the beastmen that are following these nerds. Gonna come over this way. Let's weaken this big bitch. Send in the Manticore to chase people. This should be a fairly straightforward fight. It's just a matter of bringing down the really, really big bitch. Okay. Oh, he's got reinforcements. Oh boy. Reform the line! Reform the line! Oh, okay, he rampaged my entire army. Alright, cool. That's such a nasty ability. Ugh. He's like, oh, you think you're gonna control your entire army? How about like a 30-second rampage and you go fuck yourself? We're almost free. Okay, we're gonna fire up a bunch of spells really fast. We're gonna back up all of our ranged units. Tell our chariot to get the fuck out of there. Y'all support the Etten. I'm gonna cast more big spells by the Etten. Okay, the monster's dead. Cool, great. Let's go fight our way over this way. Iceforge Legion, let's focus over there. Did they kill my chariots? Yes, they did. Those absolute bastards. Okay, well, not ideal. How about you eat an ice storm, nerds? Okay, we're gonna bring our ranged cavalry around the flank. Marauder hunters get into position. Okay, we should be pretty good here. Hopefully they're gonna mass shatter. Okay, there we go. Sucks our chariot died. Who's my favorite of the Dragon Kids? Probably, that's really hard. I like all of them a lot, but for very, very different reasons. I would say my favorite was, oh geez, that's really hard. My answer would change depending on the day, to be bluntly honest. Alright, we got the Hydra head, which gives a vortex ability that, oh, that's interesting. Okay, it gives you a vortex ability that will buff allies. It causes fire damage, but has the chance of you getting fire resistance and healing a bunch. That's interesting. I guess we'll experiment with that. I'm not, that doesn't, I don't know, that doesn't sound particularly great, I'm gonna be honest. Alright, why don't you head north to go blow up that Dark Elf settlement I missed. Let's also get you missile resistance in case the Dark Elves do respawn, so you don't get, like, eviscerated by shooting. Let's see. Followers of the Eagles are going to be down for 10 turns, which isn't ideal. Yeah, we'll take some Marauder Horsemasters in the meantime. It's fine. Alright, so we got 4 turns until we can do our next hunt. That's fine. I'm just going to have this guy wander around in march stance. That's fine. You stayed in ambush like a good boy. Let's kill us some wood elves. Razor Dragontail, if you were to write an end times blurb with the dragon family, who would you kill off screen? Which survives until the world fully explodes? And which one's end is left mysterious enough for them to return in AOS? So, that's a good question. That's actually a very good question. I would probably I think I would probably focus on I think Miao Ying would definitely die in the main, like, big war. Miao Ying, I feel like, would definitely die during the end times, being heroic and making some great sacrifice to, like, buy the rest of the world time and yada yada yada, typical crazy stuff. I would be more here, let's make oh wait, this buffs oh wow, okay, the max tier Call the Monstrous Horde is absolutely fucking nuts. Okay, 16 troll and monster units to all lords. Oh my god, all of my lords, that's amazing. Holy shit. Wow, my legions just got absolutely fucking terrifying in like the best way possible. Isn't that so fun? Let's see, any fun units? No. Okay. I would have Li Dao. I would probably have go bad. I don't think I would necessarily like corrupt, quote unquote, but I would probably have Li Dao loses himself to absolute apoplectic fury, and he does some really awful shit early on in the end times. But I would probably also have him eventually become the incarnate of fire, because he would be someone that I think would make for a much better incarnate of fire, and is someone that like loses himself to the absolute rage, fury, and passion of the lore of fire, and that would allow him to kind of have a bit of an interesting storyline of him trying to rein himself back in, and eventually he would join up with Team Order. But I think there would be a lot of fun potentially in his storyline of him trying to control what the raging fires of Akshi are doing to him, in that it's making him into an absolutely like he's like the embodiment of a burning fury that ends up destroying a lot before he can get control of himself, which I think would make for a really fun little dramatic storyline. Beyond that, who else would I want to mess with? Yin Yin would be a very interesting character. I don't know exactly what I'd want to do with her. I'd have to think about it for a while, because Yin Yin is someone who I think that once Cathay fell, she would be very, very likely to want to start like journeying across the world, because it's noted like she's like a really free-spirited individual who wants to like go out and explore the world and stuff. So I feel like she would be one of the earliest. She would probably be the one that abandons Cathay the fastest. Like, once it becomes apparent Grand Cathay is potentially going to fall, I feel like you would kind of have an interesting story of the likes of Yuan Bo and Miao Ying trying to stay. Like, staying and doing everything in their power to save Cathay, to protect the Great Bastion, to the point of like giving their lives for a what could be viewed as a pointless sacrifice. Whereas I feel like Yin Yin would be the most likely to realize that the situation was lost and would basically leave to go fight alongside and support other factions and places. And then that could develop into I would definitely have Zhao Ming be ultimately corrupted in a sense. There's Malekith. I was wondering where he was. I would ultimately have Miao Ying or Zhao Ming corrupted by the Great Maw. Now, what that corruption would do to him is anybody's guess. Like, I think that would be a completely fascinating story to explore in and of itself. I don't think it would like necessarily turn him like horrifically evil. It could, like you could explore it from the idea that the Great Maw corrupts him into a monster, of like the worst kind. Like he becomes transmuted into like a horrible abomination that is obsessed with like devouring and consuming like warps, like he becomes like almost a manifestation of the Great Maw. But I think that could potentially be an interesting way to explore about how there are forces that could oppose chaos that are very, very different. I don't know. There's a lot you can play around with there. Li Dao, I would have end up becoming the incarnate of fire. I think he would actually be the most fascinating character to see survive the fall of Grand Cathay and become an incarnate who has to decide what he's going to do in light of the fact that his nation and all of his people are like have to evacuate. Especially because like he's just such an angry motherfucker. What did I get? Equipment. I got the Indomitable Huskarl Bodyguard. Wow, that's actually a very good character. Who can equip that? Is it lords only? Oh no, different people can equip it. Awesome. +5 melee defense when you're in friendly territory. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Give me that. And then I got another... I need to figure out what I'm going to do with that Hydra head. I got more Books of Assurer, which I don't need. So we're going to fuse those. Get some scrap. That's fine. Who do I want to slap the Hydra head on? Do I have a fire wizard? I do have a fire wizard. Yeah, give it to the fire wizard. That's cool. Alright, that all looks good. We're gonna hang on to the scrap because you can actually combine it to do some really cool shit. Hey, plus research rate. Love to see it. Yeah, Grimgor killing one of the dragons, I think, would have been a good way to, like, showcase Grimgor becoming, like, an ultimate embodiment of the Wa. I think there's a lot of good you could do there. Let's see if I can set up a sneaky little ambush for Franz and friends. You've got 2 more turns until you can mess with stuff here. That's fine. Let's do that. Wish the Skaven were better about protecting Telepime. Come on, rat boys. Help me out. Rebellion? I could not care less. Okay. We've got our army up north doing fine, though they're about to start having to... They're going to have to start fighting a lot of Dark Elves here in a minute. Which means we should probably start making offerings to Slaanesh, honestly. The big character that I would have a big mystery about would probably be the Celestial Dragon Emperor. I think I would do a big ol' mystery about... I would probably have there be like a cataclysmic finale around Wei Jin that features on the Celestial Dragon Emperor and Yuan Bo, him standing with his father. And those two, I would have it be the big mystery if they survive or not. Like, have that be the big one of like, oh, did they succeed in whatever the big final scheme of the Celestial Dragon Emperor was? Like, did they escape to Age of Sigmar, or did they die? I think that would be the best place to examine that potential storyline. Alright, Slaanesh, I got a job for you. I need you to start eating elf souls like they're novelty snacks, and you only have a limited time to stuff your face with as many of them as possible. Okay, let's get missile resistance on Throgg, just to make him as tanky as possible. Yeah, the Monkey... I'm so curious what they're going to end up doing with the Monkey King. I've actually been surprised by how much Games Workshop has been building him up. Like Total War, I think, is pretty good about being like, oh, are we gonna do something? Are we gonna be all mysterious about it? Like, what are we doing? I think they have like a fun history of that. GW has been really good ever since like Cathay came to Warhammer 3 and into the old world, of letting the Monkey King quite literally be the biggest ultimate mystery of the setting. Which genuinely surprises me that they've had this like restraint not to just be like, boom, Monkey King, what do you think? I am so deeply curious to see where that's gonna go, because there is a whole lot of potential. There's a lot of things they can do with it. And all we can kind of do is just sort of wait patiently and see what happens. Which is exciting, I think. Like, I'm glad that they're not blowing the load on the Monkey King too early and being like, oh look, here he is, this is what he is, whoop-de-doo. I'm glad that they're letting it simmer, and they're letting it be a very careful, slow build. Because I think it adds like a really fun amount of anticipation towards who he is, what he's gonna be like what are his objectives. I think there's a lot there that can be explored, which is really exciting in my opinion. Oh yeah, you've got to have Bathsheba versus... I hard agree with that. We've got to get the Bathsheba versus Archaon storyline. For like adding on to the end times. Bathsheba would definitely die. Like, I think there's no question whatsoever. Bathsheba absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, is going to die horribly against Archaon. But I think there is still a potential to tell a cool story despite that. Oops, that was actually not what I wanted to do, but that's okay. We want this one. Is the Monkey King a secret chaos demon? No. No. The Monkey King is an immortal thing. I highly doubt he's a demon. He's almost entirely... I would be willing... What is most likely the case is that the Monkey King is probably going to be whatever the hell the unique beastmen creatures of End are. So we know that End, the land of 1,000 gods, has these figures that seem to be considered like vaguely physical, yet also not. Like, in the sense that there's a whole gimmick with like the tiger god, right? Where the tiger god is very much treated... Hey, Flaming Axe of Cormac, fun. Okay, the Lara Lorne are dead. Excellent. There's a whole bizarre, interesting little thing where I can't remember his name off the top of my head for all of a sudden. But the Tiger God is a very interesting individual in that his story seems to imply that he is a physical being. Like, he is a flesh and blood entity. He is not a, like, Kamau. Yes, Kamau, thank you. Kamau is not, the way I interpreted the story, which granted, this could just be the way I'm interpreting it, Kamau does not come off to me as an etheric entity, like a god in the traditional sense of a being that lives in the ether and gets up to ether shenanigans. To me, Kamau very much comes off as a physical guy. Which, if Kamau is a physical guy, that is very spooky. Because that would mean that he is a god with, like, for him to be considered a god and worshipped as a god, but he's able to, like, walk around, kick ass, and chew bubblegum, would make him a absolutely terrifying, like, big bad, essentially. I would be utterly fascinated by him as a character, and I'm kind of hoping that's what they're gonna do with him, because it would just make him a very unique expression, but of like what are gods in Warhammer. But the thing that would be really cool, in my opinion, if they do that, is that if they do that, that then adds the opportunity for the 1,000 gods of the land of 1,000 gods to, many of them, be physical entities or like physical avatars, which could get crazy in like a really fun way.
Bones of some beasts must pave the road for the rest.
Because, like, I would absolutely fucking love if we get this, like, land of gods where the gods are, like, these immortal uber warriors that have been around for who knows how long, like thousands and thousands of years, and they're just these immortal badasses that very much challenge the idea of what gods are in a traditional sense. Like, we would still have lots of different cool kinds of gods, but this would allow for a unique interpretation that tells a new story. Plus, I think that would actually potentially tie in really, really well to, like, how you're trying to manifest Indian mythology into Warhammer as a setting. That's just my thought on that, though. There's a lot they could do with it. I hope it's good. I really hope it's good. And, you know, all we can do is kind of wait and see at the end of the day. Yeah, I'll take Spawn of Chaos. That's fine.
Watch over me.
I don't know, what do y'all think? Because, like, the last thing I'll say is this. The whole thing that they bother to say that the Monkey King is genuinely immortal, like, he's a full-on immortal being, seems to me to suggest that they're gonna be going the route of making him very heavily, like, insanely deeply inspired on the true story of the Monkey King. Which, one of the big things with the Monkey King is that he's a very weird entity creature, but he's a character that is obsessed with immortality to the point where he goes super far out of his way to get several stacking redundant layers of immortality, which I find to be a very, very cool fucking exploration of a character. Like, you know, in Warhammer, we've always had this idea of people seeking immortality, but they always do it through the lens of demonhood or through the lens of Nagash, where Nagash, like, sought to become a god through undeath. And I would just love it if we got to see a brand new expression of these like species down an end who have discovered their own unique route to immortality. And then we could see, like, what are the positives and the negatives that come with the route that they took. SW Tower, I've been playing with the idea the gods start off as all-powerful, and their goal is actually to fade to mortality. They do this by spreading their power amongst the mortals. The god of good wins when they handed out all of the good in the world, only keeping enough for one. That's kind of an interesting idea. It would definitely be It would definitely be a very new interpretation. I'll give it that. Fuck! I didn't mean to kill those ice trolls. Sorry, guys. My bad.
What will rise from our gifts? Is there wit amongst the wretched?
There we go. Luckily, it only takes one turn to get those.
Of the mindless hordes.
I'm so sick of Karl Franz blowing up my shit. Here, you can just run to Wiseman. I've got like infinite spoils. I should probably start recruiting more armies. Your job is to sneak up and murder those dudes who are looting my altars. I don't appreciate them. Your job is to carefully make your way towards more Dark Elf shenanigans. While we dance sexily using Dark Elf corpses to impress Slaanesh. And be like, Slaanesh, don't you want these sexy Dark Elf corpses?
What now?
Don't they look good? Don't you want them? Aren't you hungry? You big slut. Okay, let's grab that. Who else leveled up here?
Neither patron nor lord.
Sorry, brain died halfway through that. I like the idea of godly conflict being a balancing act of staying powerful enough, but also having enough followers. You can't do that at the same time always. That would certainly add like a more interesting dynamic. Well, not necessarily more interesting, but a different dynamic. Like allowing there to be a that would, I think, lean more on the idea of making the gods very deliberate. So like exploring the route of trying to make the gods more like thinking entities that are trying to accomplish like certain goals for their own. It makes them much more individuals, which is something that's gonna, you know, it's a little contentious depending on who you ask. All right, the Hell Beast of Seepgore. Let's go. What are Throgg's best feats? I mean, killing Sigvald was pretty impressive. Surviving Sigvald trying to murder him was pretty impressive. Fighting Gotrek and Felix at their absolute height, and he survived? Very impressive. Falling from the tallest tower of Throgg, and like just falling all the way down and landing on concrete or hard stone, frozen stone, and walking it off. Impressive. One of his biggest things that he does very casually is Throgg likes to go fishing. And when we say fishing, what we mean is that Throgg really, he'll literally stand on the cliffs of Troll Country where he can see ships, and he picks up like a big harpoon, like a big spear that he makes, and he just goes, whoa, that he ties a rope onto, and he throws an entire goddamn spear or harpoon into the sides of full-on ships. Like, we're not talking about, like, little dinghies. We're talking full-size, like, Imperial and Kislevite vessels. And it slams into them. And then, just using his raw strength, he hauls them in so that he can kill and eat the people on board. And, like, take their stuff. Or find people to talk to. Because poor Throgg is, like, bored all the time. Throgg was wasted on being born into an age without the internet. The poor bastard. I don't know why I have bile trolls in this army. I need to switch those out for something else. Those don't match my theme. And what good is my army without themes? This is supposed to be a hound army, and I've got Nurgle trolls. Ew. Okay. Like, a fire wizard works. You might be like, oh, no wizards, but like plenty of coordinate armies have wizards. Alright. So what is his big gimmick? He is He's protected by elite storm vermin, and I have to kill him before he overwhelms me. Okay. And he's also got like a bunch of range shit protecting him. And he's got too horrible to die. Great. Just great. If he's... Oh, okay. He heals like an absolute bastard in close combat. Okay. He has 14 uses of a specialized heal. Ooh. Here he comes. Ice Wolf Chariots. Go get him. I mean, I should be able to overwhelm him without too much issue. What is that? Oh, clan rats. Okay, y'all go beat the shit out of him. The rest of y'all go kill everything else. Okay, we should be able to just overwhelm him through raw power. Yeah, we'll have the Bile Trolls help. You get over here. Let's shut down those war machines, boys. Sooner rather than later, please. You go here, you go here. Famir, do the Hydra head. I don't even know what this thing fucking does. Oh, okay. Okay! That's not terrible. Good grief! Alright, so it just turns him into like a pyre. I could fuck with that. Not wow, oh my god, that's the Hydra head is so good! What the fuck? Okay, good. It got overwhelmed. That's good. Damn, that Hydra head is nuts! It literally just summons like a giant aura that just burned everything around him. That's fantastic. Okay, we're gonna make it rain fire over here. Are you winning, son? Yeah, we're winning pretty good. I feel very confident we'll finish this campaign tonight without it going like crazy late. And who knows, if we finish this campaign early enough tonight and I'm still feeling pretty good, we might play a little ninja afterwards. We'll see. Because, you know, we can always do our dailies. Okay, let's send that through them. Scylla, spank. Oh, he's caught on a chariot. Chariots, back up. Scylla! I think Scylla killed that helmet in 2 hits. I think he went up and went pop, pop, and just absolutely obliterated that thing. Dear God. I mean, he does have what? He's got a little over 1k damage. Good God, that monkey hits hard. Holy moly. Alright, we've accomplished all of our objectives. Oh, we have an unbreakable unit over here. That's the problem. Okay. Fire Mage. Let's get rid of all these dorks. Silas is so funny.
Of savages. End them.
That reminds me, I need to go bug CA about giving Steer Card to Norska. They were totally down for it. They were like, "Oh yeah, we could totally do that." I have to like nag them about it, otherwise they'll forget. Would Throgg accept an invitation for tea and conversation? Yes, he would actually. Throgg is someone that is, you have to keep in mind, Throgg is so terribly lonely. That if he meets someone, even if they're trying to kill him, as long as you don't insult him, if you like met him, like let's say you were out in Troll Country, right? Maybe you're part of a little trade caravan or something, and you're like sitting by the fire one night. It is not by any means impossible. We got a doom rocket. That's fucking hilarious. It is by no means impossible that he will basically like show up outside your camp, and will basically say like, "Hey, what's up? You're in my territory." And if you don't freak the fuck out, like if you manage to remain like relatively calm in that moment, and don't just lose your mind, it is incredibly likely that he will not kill you immediately. Instead, he will... Normally, his kind of MO is that he offers to... he offers you basically a deal, which is that if you will chat with him, and you're polite, and you mind your manners, and you give him an engaging conversation, he will not kill you. He won't kill you. He will spend that day or that time chatting with you, and then when time's up, he will basically, he'll just let you go. He'll say, you know, thanks for entertaining me for several hours or whatever it might be. Thank you for the invigorating conversation. You can go now. Because he knows you're not gonna, like, stay there forever. But if you insult him, if you try to kill him, and, like, when he basically initially defeats you and is like, okay, stop it. If you, like, break the rules, which you might not know the rules before you're practically already dead. But if you don't break the rules, then he is far more likely to spare you and give you the opportunity to entertain him than he is to just kill you outright. But that is kind of that's also kind of like the rube, is that you do have to actually entertain him. Oh, sorry, no, Flatten was broken. Oh, I didn't even realize the thing was closed. I'm so sorry. Let me open that all up. Here, hold on. I'll flatten myself here for just a bit. Just for you. So sorry about that. I thought I had it up, and I didn't. There we go. There we go. There. I'll be a marketable plushie for a little while. Could you befriend Throgg? You could try. Being around him would probably be very difficult.
Consummate X100. What are the elite units in other races that are comparable to Stormcast? What's the power scale of Stormcast in comparison to others?
Oh, Stormcast are like easily up there with Chosen. Like Stormcast are absolute fucking beatsticks. They are. Those are some big tanky boys wearing that. I'll put it this way: every Stormcast is a guy that has been infused with the power of a literal god. So a god, Sigmar, has put a portion of his divine essence into every single one of them. Every single individual one of them. Which is a pretty staggering amount of power to put into one body. It comes at a horrific cost, but they are the absolute creme de la creme of what we would see in like Warhammer Fantasy. Like they would be up there with like the highest tier level of Chosen, because they're big dudes wearing incredibly good armor, like some of the best armor possible, and they are there to like chew bubblegum and kick the shit out of you in Sigmar's name, very effectively, I might add. That being said, they're not immortal. Like, it is possible to kill them. It would just be quite difficult. It can't be done though. Like, there are totally normal things from Warhammer Fantasy that exist in Age of Sigmar, and they are capable of killing Stormcast. You just have to be very smart about it. But Stormcast, I would say they're up there with just like the most powerful chosen in the setting. So like, if you think about like the Putrid Blight Kings from the End Times narrative, which hopefully we will get with the Glockhead. I know like one of the biggest wishes so many people have had, myself included, has been getting like proper fat boys for Nurgle. So instead of just getting like normal fat, or like the Nurgle guys we have now, they're cute, right? Like, they're fun, but they're not proper fat boys. And so many people, myself included, want the fat boys. And when I say fat boys, I mean a warrior of Nurgle who is like grotesquely swollen at the gut, and is like these big old fat dudes. We all want that. We all want that. Anyone who doesn't want that is a liar. You know what? Instead of going Kurgan Horseman... Wait, did I already spec you into Kurgan like an idiot? No, I didn't. Okay. I want this to be a very Nurgly army. So let's get some Chaos Spawn of Nurgle. Oh, we should have Bile Trolls. Derp. Okay, let's drop the Manticore. And is that enough for 3 Bile Trolls? Yes, it is. Cool. Yeah, okay, that gives us a pretty decent Nurgle army. I will say, I still eagerly, I really hope Norska gets like one last DLC. I need one more, just one more good fat Norska expansion. Give me Muna Mim, give me Famir Matriarch as a generic lord. Give me a the thing that I feel like Norska desperately needs is just like a normal guy as a hero. Like, Norska, in my opinion, so badly needs like a Jarl, who's just like a hero, who can spec, like, just like the Chieftain can spec into one of the 4 gods as like a unique tree, but his job is just to like kick ass, and he can ride like on foot, a horse, or a chariot, and he's like just a pretty straightforward dude. Like, I feel like the faction would benefit so much from that. Does Throgg stink? Yes, Throgg would smell absolutely fucking terrible. He would smell horrific. Because he would smell like corpses.
I have no shortage of food, of gold, of power.
See? What'd I tell y'all?
What I seek is more interesting company.
What's up? Wow, dude, I love that Quick Head Taker is strength 1 in the world, and he wants to be best friends. This pleases me immensely. This pleases me immensely. Queek's got good taste. Yeah, Duke Leto, I agree. I was personally not a fan of getting the Shaman Sorcerer Lord first before the Famir Matriarch Lord, because I was like, but I want a monster lord. I want to be able to run all monster armies, and you're forcing me not to do that, and that hurts my feelings. Raising of the Empire, there we go. Cool.
Knowledge is power.
We're just gonna keep sneak. Oh, that's not what I meant. Oh. All right. I mean, I lose a regiment for now, and that's a little annoying, but yeah, whatever, it's fine.
Born of winter, there will be death. Wind wielder.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, that it wasn't a misclick, but it kind of felt like a misclick, and I was kind of shit myself there for a second. I was very worried. Yeah, let's get Hulks to death. that was moderately terrifying for just a moment.
Join me. Fight our enemies. What now?
Give me... Oh, that's right. Yeah, give me the Troll Den back.
The dark gods.
Did Franz get away? Or did I kill him? I don't see him, so I'm going to assume I'm in the clear. Alright. Oh, there he is. Turns out I am not in the clear. Regiments renown. I don't want any of those. I want some big corn beasties. Hell yeah! Oh, not enough yet. Let's do this. Let's go into this. Is there anyone you want me to kill that I can get to pretty easily? Toddy! You got it. Clan Mulder, who do you want me to kill? Toddy! Got it. Who do you want me to kill? Karl Franz? Got it. Never mind, you changed your mind? Okay, cool. Shadow Legion, who do you want me to kill? Alright, cool. I don't yet have enough points to get, like, super fun Cornate shit yet. Because I really want, for this army, I want some Blood Beasts. You gotta have Blood Beasts with Scylla, right? I want some Blood Beasts of Corn. And then we'll eventually get some more Corn Boys. Oh, I could get Skull Reapers. Oh, I could get Wrathmongers. Oh, Wrathmongers would be sick. Okay, so we'll save up for now. We'll just leave those 2 slots open, I guess, and just head south and go start beating the shit out of people. Where is the nearest next one of these I can do? Drakenhof's not too far away. Ancient City of Quintex isn't too far away. Okay. I've got 2 turns. We'll probably go for Castle Drakenhof. We'll just see who gets there first, I guess.
Heed my wisdom.
Okay. Which races are done have the least content for DLC? Well, okay, so done and not having content for DLC are technically the same thing, but also different, but also the same. What I would say is that a faction... Yeah, I've got enough spoils, I can do that. A faction that is probably... that's hard. That's actually really hard. I would say High Elves are pretty much done. Like, I think there is very, very little you could still add to the Dark Elves, or High Elves of any value. Not to say there's nothing, there's just not a lot. I would also say, so like, High Elves are practically done. The only thing High Elves are missing are, they're missing, Corhill White, Lionmane. Corhill Lionmane is a legendary hero. They're missing him. We're missing the Anointed of Assyrian as a generic lord. Which should be really easy to do, because, like, they don't talk, so you don't need a voice actor, and they're incredibly similar to Caradryan, because they're basically just discount Caradryan. So, like, I can't imagine they would be hard to do under any stretch. See, High Elves they have all the lores of magic that they need. We've even gotten, like, a bonus lore of magic. God, I'm trying to think what else. Dragon Mage remodel? Yeah, you could argue that. You could argue that. That's not some, admittedly, that's not something I personally care about. But if that's something that you feel would be worth CA's time, that is an argument you can make. I don't personally think the Dragon Mage needs a unique model. I think it's fine as is. But that's just my opinion, and you do not need to put any stock in my opinion. You can... I am more than happy for anyone to hear me say that and be like, shut the fuck up, Sotek, from, like, the back of the room. Like, that's understood. That's... I can... That's not a hill I would be willing to die on, but it's a hill I can respect others fighting for. Ooh, Sea Lord Island's heading up. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Do we have any fun units? Oh, I can get Dragon Ogres from the Shadow Legion? Ooh. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I wouldn't mind some Dragon Ogres. Oh, I forgot to move Throgg. No, I hate when I do that.
From my boredom.
What do you want? No, I'm not joining any wars. I am happy beating the shit out of the people I'm beating the shit out of. What's Throgg's opinion on the Big Four individually? Throgg, we don't know, actually. Throgg's not super well detailed when it comes to, like, what are his political, religious opinions on the Big Four. I think Throgg just sees the gods as a more homogenous set. Like, Throgg is a very, very good indication of Chaos Undivided. Right? Throgg is someone that respects the gods, does what he can not to piss them off, but he's not like a super hardcore religious character. He's not like a deep worshiper and like a religious fanatic. Throgg is much more of almost like a philosopher poet. And that being said, he does have complex thoughts on the gods. One of the things about Throgg is that we have some quotes from him about, and you also see him ruminate about in the Gotrek and Felix book, is that Throgg very much wonders if the gods' gift to him of intelligence was actually meant more as a curse. And because of that, Throgg acknowledges the big three, and he's smart enough not to say something that's going to draw their attention and piss them off. But I would say in, like, the grand scheme of life, he doesn't really like them that much. I think Throgg recognizes chaos for what it is, which is that it is a means by which those who desire it can attempt to seize power. However, it is a malign force that is cruel and does not often reward you with what you would want from it. I think Throgg is a character who is very smartly wary of chaos. I don't think he's someone that would be like, I love the Dark Gods, they're the best, they're so cool. I think he would probably find them to, like, in a way, they gifted him with his intelligence, but in the same breath, they also damned him to an existence of being the only one of his kind and left him with a craving for intellectual equals and not to be lonely, but have cursed him with seemingly eternal loneliness. So take from that what you will. I would suggest that he probably does not think very highly of them, but realizes that they are his really only realistic chance of getting what he desires, and that no one else is willing to let him in, because everyone else just sees him as a big, horrible, man-eating monster. Which, to be fair, he is a big, horrible, man-eating monster. It's not, I wouldn't say like, oh, everyone's such a bigot to they judge him so harshly. Like, he is in many ways what people fear that he is, but Throgg also likely operates under the assumption, and it's probably a correct assumption, that no one would even be willing to risk giving him a chance of being like, I don't think anyone would even consider risking the chance of him being like allowed in. We'll go that way. That's fine. To like their communities or nations or whatever you want to call it. It's like, you know, at the end of the day, he's still a man-eater. He's still a troll. And that does come with dangers. He is a servant of chaos, and in many ways he is a bully that is used to getting what he wants. And if he doesn't get what he wants, he is not going to have the most I would say he's not going to have the most casual acceptance of your denial. Gaston! No one chats like Gaston. Just got through Demon Slayer. Good overall. Surprised at how many series staples introduced. By the way, are Warhammer vampires killed by the sun or just weakened? Gaston, it depends on the vampire. Some vampires will die instantly if they're thrust into sunlight. Some of them can stand in the sun, no problem, and it just weakens their power. There are even some rare few that do not have any issues with the sun whatsoever. The vampires of Warhammer Fantasy are a very mixed bunch. So there, the weaknesses of one of the things that vampires prey upon is that a lot of people do not really truly understand how they work within the setting. So like there's not a lot of scholars that are super well educated on vampires. And their vampires are more than happy to allow people to perpetuate a lot of different like myths and rumors and misunderstandings about how they work, and what are their strengths and weaknesses. And the horrifying reality is that it depends on the individual vampire. Some vampires are horrifically weak to sunlight. Others could not care less, and can shrug it off. And the only way to know is to fight said vampire and hope for the best. But what I can say is that the vast majority of vampires do not have a good time with sunlight. Like, it will at minimum weaken them. At the average vampire is going to be burned very horribly by sunlight, and it's going to be incredibly painful for them. And a good number, especially if you're not dealing with a vampire lord, but you're dealing with like a regular vampire, so a vampire that's only been around for maybe 100 years or several decades, younger vampires are going to get their shit rocked by the sun. Like, it is the sun is going to backhand them so hard that they are going to they're gonna have a right proper bad time. So hopefully that answers your question. Thank you very much for the super chat, by the way. Where do you think you're going, Steam Tank?
Consummate X100. New season of Furin reminds me, how do you feel about demons in Furin, as in they're lacking emotions such as grief, guilt, malice and just kill because it's their instinct? Kinda like Tyranid. Can such a demon exist in the Warhammer world?
Ah, the demons of Furin. Those are man, I have seen some shall we say, how do I word this? Some frisky discussions. Yeah, I'll be friends with Kotep. Kotep's cool. Some very frisky discussions revolving around them. How do I feel about the Demons of Freeman? I think they're fascinating. I think they're a very, very, very cool concept that a lot of readers struggle to engage with, and I totally get why they struggle to engage with them. Because the Demons of Freerin very much take advantage of... So for those that don't know, the Demons of the Freerin setting are essentially like apex predators that have, to my understanding, I haven't read the series, this is just what I understand about them. Someone in the chat can correct me if what I'm about to say is wrong, which is possible, but I think I get the gist, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But the general idea is that they are a species of apex predators that evolved alongside other races in the setting, and they evolved to hunt the various like groups like elves, dwarves, humans, etc., but especially humans. And what they are is they are creatures that are very, very good at mimicry. So they're really good at giving, like, pretending like they're human in every way, shape, and form. So they're good, for instance, at making it seem like they have emotions, when the setting seems to very deliberately state, at least thus far, that they actually don't have emotions. They are emotionless, nasty creatures who everything they do is merely a performance to get close to their prey that they will then, like, attack and kill and consume. Which has led to a lot of really interesting discussions about, because they do a very good job of pretending like they are human and pretending like they can feel and all of this stuff. They're so good at it via the author's writing that they have even tricked the audience. So the audience, many in the audience feel that demons can feel, and they can feel emotions, and they're not actually mimicking it, but they do feel it. But they're like this weird, like, species, and that the view of Freerin, who's one of the big main characters, is that because demons can't actually feel anything, and they're just mimicking emotions, that they should be genocided. Like, they should be absolutely wiped out. All of them.
Mordheim Warband? Any supplements available?
Like, every single demon should be hunted down and killed with absolute ruthlessness, because they are incredibly dangerous creatures that take advantage of many of humanity's blind spots, and using those blind spots, they get close to people and kill them by making them think that they're like people when they're not like people, they're others. But this leads to a really interesting concept in writing. I was actually just watching like a big thing about this. It wasn't about Freerin, it was about a completely different series. But I was just watching this like big old story thingamajigger about how there is a concept in fiction and in writing known as to basically to otherize something, to like make someone an other. And it's a really sticky subject that flows around discussions of the dangers of using otherness with humanoids, because it can cause situations where writers intentionally or unintentionally will use a culture they don't understand. So like a Middle Eastern culture from an American writer's perspective, or like a Japanese person writing about African cultures, or someone in Africa writing about American cultures, or someone in Europe writing about South American culture, whatever, where they use a culture they don't understand and people they don't understand and say that those guys are other, therefore they are evil or bad just because they're different. And that's been a staple of a lot of fantasy settings throughout the years. And it's like part of ongoing discussions that I find really, really interesting to read about. But all that to say, how do I feel about them? I think they're super fucking cool. I really like when a setting has creatures and villains that make you think, and they make you have to have discussions. I think it's actually valuable that the demons of Freerin are written in such a way that they can make people genuinely uncomfortable because people aren't sure whether someone like Freerin is right. Freerin being an elf who's kind of like got a very different view on the world and is almost kind of like, in many ways, can almost come off emotionless. Is Freerin right? And that these are literally just apex hunters that are very, very good at pretending and are so dangerous and so deadly that the only thing that can be done is to kill them, or potentially, which I don't think the series has actually gone deep enough to explore this all the way yet. Is it possible that the demons can learn to, like, feel things? Like, can they evolve to become non-predatory? In which case, the idea of exterminating them would be morally wrong from a certain point of view. Like, if they could improve, if they could be better, then rehabilitating them would be, like, the morally correct thing in most people's view. But the question that's floating in the air is, can they be rehabilitated? Can they be quote-unquote fixed? Or are they just these nightmarish creatures that are like, oh no, I totally could be fixed, when it's literally just an act to get close to you so they can eat you? Warhammer doesn't have that really as much. Warhammer tends to be much more black and white. That's not to say it doesn't exist. I think there have been increasing conversations. I actually know people who have asked me, like, they come to me, like, I have a VTuber buddy who's just started, like, learning about Alfina, if you've never heard of her. Super awesome, great person. She's wonderful and super cool and awesome, and you should follow her on Twitch if you haven't. But, like, I remember Alfina asking me, could there be such thing as a good guy Skaven? Like, could you have a Skaven that isn't just the most evil, conniving, awful thing in existence, and could it theoretically learn to live with people? And I would say the answer is yes. I think you could, but I think it would be incredibly difficult. Who killed fucking Iceland? I think it would be extremely difficult, and there would be a lot of challenges for that character, because they would be going against their very, very nature. But I wouldn't go so far as to say it's impossible for it to happen. Now, Warhammer demons are objectively just purely, utterly evil. They're horrible, 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 nightmarish things. I would say it is beyond a shadow of a doubt, in my honest opinion, that the demons of Warhammer Fantasy are never intended to be good, but that's technically not true, right? That's technically not true. There are good guy demons. There are demons that are kind. There are demons that love, and they take on lovers. Many of them will take on human lovers or elf lovers, but they're not called demons. They're called spirits, or they're called etheric entities. They're made of the same stuff as the demons of chaos. They are etheric entities, creatures or beings that are born of the ether. The difference is that the demons of chaos are born of the dark gods, the big bads. And I will say, in my deepest genuine opinion from my own readings of the setting, I believe it is genuinely 100% undeniably impossible for there to be good guy demons of chaos. So any demon of Tzeentch is evil down to the deepest fiber of its being. It is a literal invasive cancer on reality, that its deepest, darkest desire and its deepest purpose, its whole reason for existence, is to bring about the apocalypse. And the same is true of Khorne demons, and the same is true of Nurgle demons, and the same is true of Slaanesh demons. I do not think they could ever, in any circumstances, be good, because demons do not evolve. Their purpose, they have true names. Demons, in a very fun, fascinating way, because of the concept of true names, in many ways they are stagnant entities. Their true name defines the very nature of wow, this city is so fucked. Look at this dude, look at Talabayam. A 20 stack of greenskins with a wall backed up by a 20 stack of Skaven backed up by a 20 stack of Norskins. What a terrible day to live in Talabayam. Oh my lord. That sucks to be them. So that is my thoughts on that. Super Ego, thank you so much for the 51 months. Favorite Mordheim war band? Lizardman, obviously. Is that even a question? The Lizardman war band, super fucking cool. I wish it had made it into the video game proper, and they had been able to do more with it. Because the video game was really good and I liked it. But yeah, I loved like being able to run skinks and like a Saurus and stuff. Cool shit. Okay, so what do I want for Khorne? Okay, I want at least 2 blood beasts because those fit so well with Scylla. So let's get 2 blood beasts, and then I think we're gonna try and upgrade. Probably won't be able to do it for a bit, but we're gonna try and upgrade our like Chaos Marauders with great weapons into Wrathmongers because that sounds baller. While I'm doing that, I can actually go over to Khorne and say, you got any missions for me, buddy? You want me to kill Karl Franz? Sure, buddy, I can do that.
Vision and purpose.
Okay. Let's blow up this fort, I guess. This might be a fight. We might actually have to fight this one. Oh, I'm getting hungry. I need food. I've only eaten once today. I know there's food downstairs. I can microwave up some little pizza or something. What's up? Oh, I can just Pyrrhic victory? Oh, but I lose a regiment for now. Fuck that noise. I'm going in. I'm going in! There's an anime called Idaten Deities. They have demons that also prey on humans and use their bodies as vessels to blend in. But with this one, they have human emotions, good and bad. Ah, that's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I am very curious. I need to start watching Freerin because it sounds fucking amazing. I have no reason not to start watching it. I'm just bad at like spending time at watching shows. I'm very, very curious where Freerin is going to go in the long run with its story. Because it has the chance to really pull the rug out from under the readership if it ends up being the case that demons are not what they appear to be, or that they have the capacity to change. Would be a shocking revelation. I don't know that it would necessarily be a good revelation. I don't know if it would add to or detract from the story. I think sometimes it is totally fine to have a fantasy story, or, you know, just any story, where there are irredeemably horrific creatures that exist. I think that is fine. I know there are people that genuinely believe that is not fine. And I believe they are entitled to that idea. And I understand where they are coming from as well. Because, like, you don't have to go very far online at all to find people that look at the show and are like, oh, this is clearly a representative for X minority, and why we shouldn't, like, allow minorities to, like, be a part of communities because they're just like this. And it's like, that is the most evil, heinous fucking thing I have ever seen in my life, to compare, like, real people or a real culture to something like that. But those kinds of people do exist. Ooh, that that did not go well. Why don't you get the hell out of here before you die? My flyers are having a straight up bad time. I don't now, and when I say demons redeemable, I don't mean it's like, oh, all along they could have just been our friends. Like, it would probably have to require some sort of significant event to occur that would result in a, like, unique circumstance. I imagine the story is going to suggest that the vast majority of demons are exactly what they are in the 10. But that, I mean, the thing that ultimately makes demons unique is that they're very, very clever thinking they're a very clever thinking species that at the end of the day are super evolved predators. And I would say good job on the author of creating a super predator that is so good. It also doesn't help that they're like really hot. Like, that's the other big thing. Like, it objectively makes it much more difficult for most people when you have demons that people are like, I would like do anything to have one night with that. Like, I would destroy that aura character. I would destroy her. Like, surely she can't be that bad. Which just goes to show that, like, the humanity is truly limited by our horniness. Our horniness is like one of the greatest powers that could undo us, but that is a risk many of us would be willing to take. And that's, you know, that's neither here nor there. But, you know, it's interesting. I just find it interesting. Like I said, I don't think there's necessarily anything. I'm curious to see where it's gonna go. I don't think the author intended for the demons to represent any kind of like I don't think they're supposed to represent humans. I think they're supposed to represent exactly what they are on the 10, which, to be fair, on the 10 is a very, very spooky concept. That is an incredibly spooky concept, because that would be a very difficult entity, species, whatever you want to call it. That would be a hard thing to deal with, and it would kill so many people.
X100, which is faster, humanity's stupidity or horniness?
Definitely horniness, in my opinion. Though I feel like you're just asking the same thing two different ways. I mean, you watch, like, there are a lot of scenes from various horror films where, like, people want to believe in good things and they want to try and help people that need help, and the demons of Frieren are just designed to take care of that. They're a lot like It from the It series, where or from Stephen King's It show, where, like, It is perfectly capable and often does take advantage of people's kindness or their desire to try and be good in order to, like, manipulate them into its hunting grounds, where it then kills them, you know. And that's horrible and awful, and it's but what's more complicated about it is that you're dealing with, like, a species who are, from everything that's been shown so far, fairly human in appearance. Hey, Snotling, what's up? Snotling, how'd your debut go? How'd it go? I hope it went super duper well. If y'all don't know Snotling VT, you should. He's a VTuber over on Twitch. If we can give him a shout out. He's super fucking cool. And also, he's got a Warhammer themed VTuber design. He's called Snotling VT, but I believe he's actually a nerdling. Which, I'm actually, what is the story behind that? I don't think I've ever asked what the tale behind that is. Is there a tale behind that? Like, was that deliberate? Because, like, from what I understand, you appear to be a nerdling, but you're called a snotling. But you seem to be a snotling in the terms of, like, a entity made out of snot, as opposed to the Warhammer snotlings, which of course are like little greenskin gobbo things. Took an inspiration from the sassy nerdling, just ran with it. To be fair, he is like one of the best characters in the setting. So like, you know, excellent taste, I would say. I should probably start summoning lightning to like blow people up. Sassy Nurgling is the 5th Chaos God. In a just world. In a just world, I agree. Okay, we're gonna have our Dreadmaw Polo start eating people. Overall, this seems to be going... why don't you kill the Arc Lector? Let's get a Purple Sun on this batch of guys over here. Push into that. Okay, you, and you. Push forward. You, and you. Go support Throgg. As he's trying to punch a ship to death. You, and you. Go this way. Is that a Luminarch? Oh, fuck, that hurt. Okay, why don't you burrow? Kill that! I don't like Luminarchs of Hish. Those are illegal. That's illegal, sir! How dare you shoot giant fucking light beams at me? Okay, we've almost smashed our way all the way through. Throgg, let's vomit on these dudes. How am I feeling about the Total War 40k game? I think it's gonna be really good, honestly. Okay, whatever, fucking just smash them. I think so. I played an alpha build of it last year, which I am allowed to talk about. I'm not breaking NDA. I'm explicitly allowed to talk about it. I played a version of it last year. Obviously, it was like very early alpha, so it's not like it's like, oh, I know exactly what the experience is going to be like. But there's quite a few plans for it. Oh, you're like way the fuck out there, dude. And I think it is deeply ambitious. Of course, it is that constant struggle of just because something is really ambitious and they want to make it like super cool does not necessarily mean they're going to stick the landing. You know, as much as I love Total War Warhammer 3, it is not a secret that there are many elements of the game, especially at its initial release, that were deeply disappointing, and didn't go well. And I think that Total War Warhammer 40k is very much a game that I think it's going to be horrifically successful. Like, I think it's going to sell the most. I think it's going to be the most popular Total War game of all time. It could be absolute hot fucking garbage, and it would still sell the most copies. My sincerest hope is that they are able to lean into a very grand view of the setting, in a way that no one else can. Because Total War is able to do large-scale conflicts in a way that just no one else is able to do. Like, that's just their ace. And I think if they can stick the landing, it will be one of the best strategy games of all time. And I don't even like 40k, but from what I played of it, it was really enjoyable. And you have to understand that when I sat down in that chair to play that game, I was very much being like, well, I don't even like 40k, so like, I don't have any nostalgia for this. There's a part of me that almost doesn't even want it to do well, because I just don't really give a shit about 40k. Like, I just don't care. All I care about is Warhammer Fantasy, and a part of me is like, oh, if this game does really well, what if they like stop supporting fantasy? So I'm gonna poke as many fucking holes in this play experience as I can. And it was just a really good time. And it was like, wow, this is really ambitious. But if they can stick the landing, like, holy shit, what a game. what an app, like what a fucking game. But that's a big if. It's one thing to play an early alpha and for it to be like, oh, this is pretty fun. This is a pretty good game. It's another thing to be like, all right, here's the full release of our game. Hopefully it's fun to play. You know. So the whole thing is it's gonna be what it's gonna be. I definitely don't think it's coming out this year. I know I've seen some people that are like, oh, it's the year of 40k, and I'm like, nah, nah. I don't think there's a chance in hell that it's coming out this year. I think the big release for this year is the End Times, beyond a shadow of a doubt, and that's gonna that's gonna be it. When will Total War Age of Sigmar come out? Probably in like 10 years. Maybe like 5 years. I don't think it's gonna come out anytime soon. If they added Lizardman to 40k, would I like it then? They don't even have to add Lizardman, dude. If they would add... Okay, hold on. Sorry, I need to rephrase. You're right. I need to rephrase. I didn't phrase that well. Allow me to say that with correct English. I hate the Imperium. I hate Space Marines. I actually don't even hate the Imperium. I hate Space Marines. I despise Space Marines. I don't like them. Tyranids are fucking awesome. I think Tyranids are incredibly cool, fantastical species, and I want more Tyranids injected straight into my veins. At all times. Like, I just absolutely adore them. Necrons are super fun. I think they are slightly inferior to Tomb Kings, but they're about as good as you can get. They're damn close. They're damn close. And because I mean, I just finished listening to The Infinite and the Divine, and like, what a book! Like, oh my god, I enjoyed that so much. I enjoyed that so much. It was like this. Well, this is just amazing. Like, oh my god, that book was so incredible. But like, even within that, so like, there are elements of 40k I deeply enjoy. I want to make that really, really clear. There are parts of 40k that I think are baller, and please, yes, give me more. Nom noms. I want to eat up all that sweet goodness. I don't like Space Marines. I do not like them. I think they are they stand for a lot of ideas that I find boring. And I think that they cheat by making themselves as like, oh look, we're the good guy, we're the humans, and there's so little human about them. They are such a inferior version of the human experience. I think the Imperial Guard are cool. I think the Imperial Guard are really fun. I'm actually quite excited that Commissar Yarrick's back. But Space Marines, nope. I would throw them all into a volcano. Wouldn't even hesitate. I would punt them all into the depths of a volcano, followed immediately by the Custodes, and then followed immediately by the Grey Knights. They're all super fucking lame to me. I could not care less about them. But like Eldar, sure, Eldar are fun. Necrons, ace. Like, good A tier for Necrons. Tyranids, S tier. Jesus Stealer Cults, S tier. Yarrick's back? Dude, how are you did not hear about that today? Do you live under a rock? How did you not hear about that? Yeah, spoilers, I guess. But yeah, Commissar Yarrick is he's alive. He got a full CGI trailer today. Like, it's a really high quality trailer and didn't make me jealous or a little bitter at all because, like, Old World hasn't gotten a single fucking CGI trailer, but no, we gotta... Kurt Hellborg? Why is there a discount Kurt Hellborg? That man needs to die. I'm gonna kill all these assholes. Yeah, go watch it, dude. It's like, it's fucking hype.
Every move must be calculated.
But anyway, what I was gonna say. Exodites. Eldar Exodites. Reading the Infinite and the Infinite and the Divine made me desire those Exodites so much. They'd probably be the closest thing we would ever get to Lizardmen in 40k. Where they're literally just they're literally writing Lizardmen dinosaurs. Like, they're writing the Eldar Farseer is writing a Carnosaur. It's not even named different. It's literally it's a 1-to-1 Lizardman Carnosaur. It just has Eldar Wraithbone armor and guns attached to it. Which, like, cool. But yeah, if and like they have Cold One riders with like energy lances or whatever. And I'm like, well, that's pretty fucking cool. Give me more of that, please.
Harbinger of war.
Yeah, Kroot are awesome. I think the Tau are really cool. I think Games Workshop. I think Games Workshop does not utilize the Tau nearly as well as they should. I find it pretty disappointing that we have not gotten significantly more information on the various other species that make up the Tau Empire. Like, I've read a lot of people's frustrations with how Games Workshop has handled the Tau, and loosely I agree with many of those frustrations. Because there's like so many like it really feels like they were originally supposed to be like a collection of xenospecies that are like, oh, we're basically like a bunch of different factions and races and species that all decided to work together to survive in a very hostile galaxy. And then GW was like, you know what, we're just gonna do mechs. And it's like, oh, come on, we can do both. We can do both.
Another predator becomes mine.
Oh, hello, Oakenhammer. Let's do an altar to the Hound. Banner of the Crimson Reapers. That's fun.
Overrun the world.
Sure, let's switch that out. Oh, I'm getting very hungry. I may need to get food here in a minute. Took them like 20 years to release new crew models. Gestures vaguely to Dark Eldar. Dude, if you were not Space Marines in 40k, you did not get shit for like an age. Like, I hate Space Marines and I'm a fantasy fan. I could not imagine being a 40k fan. How much I would like just want 40k or Space Marines to just jump off a cliff. Like, I feel like a lot of the 40k community is much more patient than I would be in the best case scenario. I would be like, we should just like destroy them all. Briar Sheath! Oh, I got like one of the worst purple items. Trollfang Dagger's pretty cool. Combine the Giant's Blade with this Giant's Blade. Okay, Executioner Axes, that's a good item for some of my more support heavy characters. Actually, no, it's just a good weapon in general. Let's slap one of those on you.
War unceasing.
You can have one. Briar Sheath is fucking not good for this faction. I feel like that's not very good at all. See, this weapon gives what, poison attacks? Yeah, that's pretty good on a support character. Let's give it to my Famir. That's fine. Here, idiot, you can wear the Briar Sheath, whatever. Combine those. A Famir. Oh, I do like Famir hammers. Famir hammers are actually quite good. Let's give that to this guy. Charm shield, sure. Let's get you some of these dudes. Werekin, Mammoth Tamer, Marauder Brute, cool beans. Silo and get a Beast Trainer. Possess, Grayling Werekin. Okay.
Harbinger of war.
Beast Tamer.
Of winter.
Let's drop the Grayling. We can slap it on him, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And I can give you the Ranger Standard, which is actually pretty good. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Is that everybody? Sure. Here, have a hammer. What do I care?
They will fear me.
Okay, there we go. How are we doing here? Cool. I only need 5 more settlements and to become Supreme Hunter, which I just have to finish this hunt and then one more.
Enslave the Southerners.
We're doing actually extremely well. Why don't you go ahead? I don't think you have any Monstrous Arcana monsters in your army, so let's just go up your melee tree. That's fine. You're a big Cornate boy anyway.
Bloodthirsty.
Bloodthirsty. Opinion on the best 40k faction? The Wah. Okay, alright, hold on. Do you want my honest opinion on 40k greenskins? Like, it's not a mean opinion, but it might be a little harsh. Of that, like, okay, so I think they're great. Like, don't get me wrong. I want to start with the positives. I think 40k greenskins are very, very fun. And I think they've got a lot of really good things going for them, and they're genuinely pretty goddamn funny. Admittedly, I do think that they're a bit over-memed to kind of a ridiculous extent. To the point that, like, there's a lot of stuff I thought I understood about 40k greenskins based on, like, people I talked to that were, like, fans of the factions and yada 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 yada. And then, like, when I actually sat down and started to do any research whatsoever, it kind of resulted in me being like, wow, there's like a lot of shit people say about these guys that is not correct. like it's not even like the amount of memes that have basically taken over the conversation about them, where people are like, all of this is factual information about these guys, and you actually like sit down and look at it and go, no, that's no. that's like, I feel like if you read anything, they're not really like, and a lot of it, for me, a lot of it comes from how I feel about them due to the way people talk about Warhammer Fantasy greenskins, where people are like, oh, Warhammer Fantasy greenskins are like really inferior and like dumb and lame compared to the 40k greenskins because XYZ stuff. And then I'm like, oh man, that's a shame. I guess I wish that fantasy greenskins were cooler. But then I actually go read about 40k ones and I'm like, no, okay, this is all bullshit. These people are just making shit up and being like, they have all these crazy god powers and they can't lose, and they're just the most badass immortal things, and they grow to the size of mountains, and blah, 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 blah. And like, you go read it and it's like, all right, a lot of what you're saying has little pieces and fragments of truth, but a lot of this is not supported by text. So that is what I have to say about that. Once again, I am not saying they are bad. I'm not trying to like shit on them. I'm just saying that I feel like a lot of what orcs have become has been lost under a absolute flood of memery. Oh, teleporting is fun. And that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. Memes are fun. People are just having a good time, and I do not begrudge them that. But I think that 40k orcs are kind of over. I think they're a little overly silly sometimes, in the sense that I think a lot of people believe stuff that is just made up nonsense. And I also do not find them all that interesting in the grand scheme of the world, because the vast majority of the faction is just orcs. Like, it's orcs. And I really like goblins, and I really like sotlings, and I really like hobgoblins. I like having a I like having all of the variety, and for I prefer greenskins as a large species as opposed to just orcs. And I feel like 40k, it's mostly just orcs. Hee hee ha ha. If you don't agree with that, that's cool. Please don't hate me. And that's what I have to say about that. By the way, the person who named the two sentinels was from the Cathay map. They didn't have the full titles though, right? The Cathay map, I don't think there's a character called the Guardian of the Forest and there's another character called the Guardian of the Sea. I think it just has their names. Like, I'm not saying they're not the Guardian of the Sea or the Guardian of the Forest, but I don't think I've seen those titles thrown around. Because I feel like I would have noticed that, because that would be, I mean, that would be a pretty big deal for there to be a character like called that. Like, we had a character who's like, I am the Guardian of the Forest. It's like, oh shit, like that's a big deal character right there.
Despoil and ravage.
Okay, I think I've moved everyone. Where is my, like, other shaman dude? That was, like, somewhere in the Empire. He is... Oh, he's right here. Right. I'm waiting to convert that building so you can get Chaos spawned. That's gonna take 3 turns. I don't really want to wait 3 turns. Why don't you go north and go deal with Nordland? Tyranid versus Lizardman, which one do you like more? Lizardman by a gajillion dollars. That's like do you like your dog more, or do you like this, like, random raccoon that lives outside your house? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, the raccoon's kind of cool, but it's like, that is not a contest. Hope we get a Fantasy 4 after 40k. That will not happen. Like, I cannot see that happening. Unless the old world is just making so much bank that GW's like, man, we just gotta create a bunch of new races and factions. Like, we gotta get in on that. And they just go absolutely ham. And they're like, hey, Total War, we want you to, like, advertise these things for us. So, like, go jump, monkey. Like, if they did that, then I suppose there's a thing we could do there. What other hunts can I do that's in, like, this vague area? Morkheim, Ulthuan, Golden Tower, Oak of Ages. Oak of Ages is pretty close by for Throgg. Yeah, I can head down there. That's fine. Okay. We're gonna Temple of Cain for Slanesh. Noise. Let's get bigger Flamestorm. I believe this will get us the monster fight for the Terrorgeist. Son of a bitch.
No delay.
Yeah, okay, that is the fight. I just have to get to it, and it's far away. That's a lot of dwarfs surrounding me, though. I'm getting a little nervous. Indomitable. He's not Neothropus Sotek? No, the Neothropes are pretty fucking cool, though.
One of a kind.
I do like them. I do think they're kinda cool. Hugh, have a good one, dude. Yeah, I'll see you for Lorebeards. Will y'all forgive me if I go, like, heat up some pizza or something real quick? We're doing really well on time. Like, because I think we should be able to finish this in, like, the next 10 or so turns. Because I only have to blow up, like, 5 other settlements, and then I just have to complete one more big bad monster hunt after the current one. Give me just a moment. I'm gonna go heat up some food. Because I am, like, absolutely starving. Oh, let me do this. No, you won't forgive or forget. Oh my god, you're so dramatic. Okay, I will be right back. God damn it. Someone ate my leftovers. Someone beat me to it. I've been betrayed. I guess I'm gonna order some food. I can't believe this. Carnivore of Nurgle. Oh, that's like the best thing. You got hungry? I'm gonna eat your ass. Piece of shit. Not in a fun way.
Chieftain of the tribe.
Can't believe you've done this.
What?
Okay, hold on. I'm going to... I think I was going to be responsible and eat leftovers, but someone ate my leftovers, so now I'm mad. My feelings are hurt, and I'm going to order food online because my feelings have been hurt. I've been betrayed. I think it's only fair. Oh, no, that's not what I want. If I can order anything. God, I fucking hate the way all this shit works nowadays. Yeah, anyone that says they ate it is gonna get you're all gonna, I'm gonna rip the heart out of all of your fucking chests. You absolute little shitheads. A lot of you. Absolute bastards. Can't believe you'd hurt me like this. Okay. Cool. Let's just do this. Do they have any good desserts? Oh, those look kind of cute. I don't know, man. Well, no, I do know why I'm so hungry. I've hit that like critical mass point where I'm like, holy fuck, I'm starving. Build your own. I don't need anything super fancy. Oh, they have New York style. I love New York style. Just a medium's fine. And give me some pepperoni. And we'll do that. Add to cart. Check out. And then, no, I don't need drinks. Check out. No, thank you. Leave at door. Please just text when it has arrived. Do not knock. Add contact info. No, I don't want to receive emails. Enter card info. Ooh, gosh. Subject Warhammer Fantasy Old World. Who would you want to get a card? What? Oh, this isn't what you asked. I'm just gonna say it anyway. If they made a fucking Warhammer TCG, like a new one, there was an old one. Unfortunately, I didn't get into it before it ceased to exist. I think you can still get your grubby paws on it if you want. But I can't be bothered. Is the real answer to that. But what was I gonna say? Oh, I love TCGs. I have been actually playing one like at least twice a week called Union Arena that I fucking adore to the point where I've even become like a judge for it. And I'll give a bigger tip because it's late and it's cold out. Cool. All right. Food is ordered. Let's kill us a Terrorgeist. The Abyssal Shrieker. Holy moly, we give these Marauder champions 15 bones versus large. It's crazy. Alright, let's drop this on these. Should be a pretty one-sided slaughter. Oh, if you got a crossover set with Magic the Gathering. We already got a crossover set. Technically. But if we got a new one, I want a like a Lord Croak or Krokar card. If they did like a full art Lord Croak or Krokar card, or Tehinwin, just any Illusionman character really, I would literally sell one of my kidneys to get that card.
This might be your most difficult hunt yet, my lord. You face the Abyssal Shrieker, one of the most terrifying Terrorgeists to haunt the skies.
Ow.
It is driven by dark magic.
Yeah, shut up.
With its disease-ridden teeth.
Oh, this one, okay, this one I think he's basically invincible. Yes, he is invulnerable. You have to kill his minions. That's right. Okay, so we have to kill, like, all of the, oh my god, it's like a giant fucking bat army. Jesus. Okay, so we have to just kill a fuck ton of bats. Should be pretty straightforward as long as the AI isn't a dick, and, like, it would be really funny if the AI played this, like, hardcore style, where it, like, just kept all the bats, like, up in the air in the corner so that it was just invulnerable the entire fight. That would be so bad. Look, we have big monkey boys now. Blood beasts. Silas got friends. Alright, I'm just gonna let him come fight me, because ain't no point me going all the fucking way over there. Especially because I got a Doom Rocket!
Marauder chieftain.
I thought the 40k one. So there was a full 40k set, but along with the 40k set, which I own all of those cards. I bought all of the 40k commander decks. Super fun. I really like those decks. I'm really disappointed they're not on Magic Arena, because I play Magic Arena more than in person Magic by like a gajillion miles, because I refuse to pay for modern Magic prices for cards, because I can only afford one TCG because I am poor as fuck. But anyway, so what they did though is they released I forget what they're called. They released like alternate versions of cards that already existed for the thing. Okay, you go fight that thing. Everybody else get on in there. It's a lot of terror guys. Kill for corn, kill for corn, kill for corn! Activate the Hydra head. Does it burn my guy? Oh, it burns my guys too! Ah, run away! Run, flee, flee! This was a terrible decision! Ah! Oh my god, I lit myself on fire, run away! Oh my god, run! Run! Jesus Christ! Oh, that did so much damage to my own dudes. Where's the big fucker? There he is. Go over and kill his ass. I think I just did way more damage to myself than anything the AI threw at me. Kill him, please. Oh, is he dead? Okay, good, he's dead. This is one of the easier ones. But anyway, sorry. So when the 40k set came out, they released some alternate art versions of other cards. They didn't do any Warhammer Fantasy, but they did do Age of Sigmar. So like there was a Galmaraz card. I'm trying to remember all of them. I think there was an Archaon the Everchosen card, a Galmaraz card, and like 2 other ones. But they weren't unique cards. They were like, they were already established Magic cards that just got like alternate art. As far as like Universes Beyond or whatever it is. Okay, we just need one more hunt. And that's basically game. Ooh, the Terrorgeist skull is actually really pretty good. Can I slap that on one of your guys? Yes, I can. Wolf Teeth Amulet feels pretty appropriate for him. Yeah, there you go. You can have it. Where is it? Because it is a... Yeah, no, it's a talisman. Okay. There you go. Obsidian blade. Yeah, this week and next week is actually going to be really big for Union Arena because we have a brand new set coming out, which is the solo leveling set, which is gorgeous. Like, it's such pretty art. I've never watched Solo Leveling the show, but the cards are absolutely beautiful. Apparently it's a pretty popular anime. It's a Korean anime, but apparently it's a pretty popular show because we have like a ton of people coming just to collect that set, which means it's going to be very hard to get any of it, which is why I'm going to be going to all of the pre-release events, which is going to take up a lot of my time next week. I think it's going to be fun though.
Accepted.
I'm amazed how few of these I got. Like, I didn't unlock any of the conquest techs. Okay, but I do have all of the like super crazy fight techs. Let's do... Let's see. Let's get Norskan Hunter Traps. Tony is... Norska, man, I gotta say, Norska has such a good campaign now. Like, I'm gonna stop this campaign once I've beaten it for the long victory, but like, I felt it was very achievable and comfortable to get the long victory by turn 100. And I feel like I've barely scratched the surface of all of the tools available to me via the faction. Like, I haven't fully unlocked any of the specific gods. I haven't fully utilized the Monstrous Arcanum. Like, I haven't spammed the same hunt over and over and over again in order to get like multiple copies of a creature so that I can like casually recruit it. And those are all like options. Soul leveling is so I've heard it's very aura farming. Like, I've heard it's almost entirely like it's like aura farming the show, where it's much less about the story and it's much more about like cool fight scene, cool fight scene, cool fight scene. Which is fine. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You can have a show that's just pure like fighting and just like cool moments. Oh, dude, these dwarfs are about to get absolutely butt blasted into next century. Like, oh my good god, they are in such a bad place. Dogs, y'all can have war machines for breakfast. From someone who finished the entire manhwa, I personally recommend it. It's a fun read. The show's alright. The reading is a lot more fun. I'm I'm trying to be better about like starting to like read animes and such, or manhwas or whatever you call them. That is, it's not normally how I do. Like I was a like purely I'm gonna watch the anime guy until very recently because of Union Arena. Actually, we got a set for an anime called Kagurabachi, which doesn't have an anime. You can only read it. So I was like, oh well, I guess I'll get like a Shonen Jump subscription so I can like read it. And I really enjoyed it. I had a lot more fun reading it than I thought I would. I was always very much a like, oh no, I gotta watch it because I don't know, it's a better experience. I no longer think I feel that way. I still enjoy watching animes, quite a bit, but yeah, I actually had a really good time with it, which was cool. Oh, dogs, go. Shut down those war machines. Y'all focus the Thunder Barge. Can I get one unit on the Quarrelers, please? Oh, I shouldn't have done that! God, I keep clicking that button, not thinking about the fact it's gonna annihilate my own dudes. Friendly fire? My favorite, he says as he burns the universe down. Okay, let's fire a Doom Rocket at the flying thingy. Wow, that actually did really good damage. Okay. That did way more damage than I thought it would. I was just kind of goofing. Okay, I'm just gonna keep pelting that thing. I don't think I targeted that right. No, that's definitely gonna miss. I want to kill it. Yeah! Get Hindenburged, idiot.
Leader of savages.
Oh, okay, I'm just dealing with some... Everybody back up! Let Scylla eat the Doomseekers. He'll finish them off. Oh, there we go. A nice, proper massacre. Yeah, I really want to sit down and watch... I really want to sit down and do a rewatch through of Inuyasha, because the Inuyasha set is coming out in August, and I've been banking packs for that. So, like, every time I go to my weekly Union Arena tourney, and, like, you get a number of booster packs equal to the amount of games you win, you know, pretty standard affair. And every time they're like, oh, like, how much, or, like, what packs do you want? I'm like, nah, bank them. So I've just been banking packs for weeks. So that when Inuyasha comes out, I can just get, like, a fuck ton of free packs. Why did I get Monogod Warriors instead of Monogod Marauders? Isn't that defeating the tribes of... you know, I don't actually know the answer to that question. I was wondering that very much myself. And it's one of those things I actually really want to take up with CA, of that I don't understand why dedicating to the Monogods gives us Chaos Warriors when it feels like it should be giving us God Marauders. I agree. I think it's very odd that Norska can't get reliable access to Monogod Marauders. I could not agree more that it is one of the most bizarre decisions in the game. One that I am not personally a fan of. I would love for Norska to have casual access to all of the Monogod Marauder units through some, like, I think it should be tied to the god system. Like, if I get to like tier 3 or tier 4 for gods, I should get access to Marauders. Or like tier, like, I don't know. It should just be on there. I think it's really weird that you don't. So I believe you and I are on the same wavelength in regards to that. Not a huge fan of the way they handled it. It's one of those things I actually need to make like a video on and probably like start poking them about. Oh, Wrathmongers!
I know things. Ah, my dark reward.
Actually, no. Do the venerate 4.
Great shaman sorcerer.
That's a big old army in there. Can I kill him? I can. It's a bit of a... fuck it.
The demons demand sacrifice.
Oh, they got a... Oh, I hate when that happens. I always forget when it's a port that they can just, like, scurry out like rats.
What now?
Little bastards.
Join me. Fight our enemy.
Why don't... we can get some Slanesh warriors just for funsies. And then we need more bear sinlings. Holy crap, we need more bear sinlings. Or bearmen, rather. That'll do for the moment.
I need you for conquests near and far.
Near and far.
My paths have borne fruit.
Pretty sure Bjorg could solo most of the stuff we're fighting right now, but whatever. Boop. And give me a garrison. And let's do raise the palisades. I don't think there's any other enemy armies. What does Slanesh things do? Slanesh gives me control and growth. I don't really need that. I'll save it for the debuff power. Being that community is always opinionated. yeah, that's... The community is definitely always opinionated. That is a, we concur on that for Total War. Is there any race, in my opinion, that has reached perfection? I think the Wood Elves are very, very close to perfection. I also think the High Elves are very, very close to perfection. Like, I think they're both, like, right on the edge. I don't think anyone else I would personally say is like, oh yeah, they're done. Like, they're flawless. I would say those two are close, and yeah, I think that's as far as I'd go with that one.
Dark sea.
Norska's got a lot of good. I like that is worth saying. Norska's got a lot of good things going for it. But like, I still feel like I want a Norska DLC, and there are a lot of things that I'm like about. Like, I don't like the fact that the Monogod Marauders are not available. I feel like we're missing some units and creatures still. But generally speaking, in a pretty good place.
Bring death.
I want to kill some dwarfs.
The tribe consents. Okay. Yes.
Vision and purpose.
Lizardmen, I still need like a pretty hefty overhaul of the geomantic web, in my opinion. Empire's doing pretty okay. Not perfect though. They still need some stuff. Dark Elves are just kind of missing. Dark Elves are still a bit funky. They're not quite where they need to be yet. I feel like the slave system still needs some tweaks. And there's still a couple of units and characters I want for Dark Elves. I just found out they did a Blood Bowl Secret Lair. When did they do a Blood Bowl Secret Lair? I don't even remember that one. 2026 Inuyasha reference, nice. Dude, Inuyasha is like a formative experience to me. Like, Inuyasha was one of the most important shows to who I am as a person, which is a good and mostly good thing. There are, like, you could probably suss out a disturbing amount about me by just being like, tell me about, like go watch Inuyasha and really like get into it and be like, oh wow, I have learned so much about Sotek through this experience. Yeah, Chaos Dwarfs are in a pretty good place as well. I feel like Chaos Dwarfs are still missing just a couple of small things. They're mostly in a really good spot, but there's a couple of little tweaks I'd like to make to Chaos Dwarfs. Okay, 3 more new settlements, and we're toasting, we're cooking. Okay, dwarfs ran away. That's fine. Let's go hit Kadagdromar. Let's go start fighting dwarfs. I don't want to fight Elspeth. Leave me alone. Kagome or Kikyo? Kagome for well, okay, for any. Okay, hold up. So, for my personal tastes, I would probably. Oh, that's hard. That's really hard. I would personally probably go Kikyo. For Inuyasha, though, it's Kagome. Like, Team Kagome, not even a question. Oh, geez, okay. I'm under attack. Holy shit. Volkia, you bitch! I think for Inuyasha, it's Kagome a gajillion percent. Like, Kikyo had her chance. And there, you know, you could argue they were meant to be together back then, but you know, Naraku's a bitch. What are you gonna say?
Understood.
Naraku is just the fucking worst, man. There's just nothing else to add.
Fine.
Sometimes it be that way.
What now?
Naraku really was a bastard too. He was what a villain. I mean, he was a little Saturday morning cartoony a lot of the time because his whole like bro feels like he gets like a new superpower every goddamn week, which is very funny for in many ways. But when you get his backstory, he is the worst. Oh, I'm in position. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Shut up and go hunt. Rest and Revel or Embers of Delusion. Oh, I'll do Embers of Disillusion. Huh? I'm immune to attrition, bitch. Okay. Inuyasha Discord watch along, bro. That series is so long. That series is so long. So close to ending this campaign. I don't care if my empire burns down. I just need to destroy like 3 more settlements I haven't been to before, and kill this this dragon, and I'm done. The cool thing about Naraku was the fact that he was Moriarty with magical powers for real. Yeah, Inuyasha was one of the best trope series that I ever got to enjoy. I think Inuyasha is such a fun take on the Journey to the West. Like, it has a lot of one-for-one moments with Journey to the West, but it brings in a lot of other really, really cool tropes. And also, like, for me growing up, everybody wanted to fuck some character from Inuyasha. Like, either you wanted to fuck Shishomaru, you wanted Inuyasha, you wanted Naraku, you wanted Kagome, you wanted oh, what's her name? Holy shit. You can tell I haven't watched the show in too long. What's the big boomerang girls? It starts with an S. Sango. Aha! You didn't have to tell me. I remembered. Like you wanted to pork Sango, or I don't know anyone that wanted to fuck Moroku. Like Moroku could get it. Don't get me wrong. Moroku could get it, but he was too busy being kind of a full-time perv.
Tribesmen, gather! Enslave the Southerners!
That dude treated being a pervert like it was a professional sport, and there was a part of me at that age that admired that. As an adult, it's like, woof, that boy needs to chill. he needs to chill the fuck out. But at least he wasn't a creepy old man. I feel like a lot of Japanese series, when they would have like the pervert character, it would always be like a super old dude perving on like young ladies. At least in Inuyasha, Moroku is really young. Dude, Year of the Hare is so funny. There's like a whole phenomena about how Year of the Hare only existed for 2 episodes and was like one of the most famous characters in the entire show. And she's like episode 2 and 3, which is so funny. Ugh. They just made like a ridiculous baddie so early on in the show, and she just stuck with people, which is so funny. Who's my favorite Inuyasha villain? My favorite villain are the 7 bandits, and I guess their boss. I can't remember his name, but the 7 Bandit King arc was a goated arc. Like oh my god, that arc was so good.
Of the tribe.
Like they were such a fascinating set of villains because they were very unique. Like they were kind of like the first human-ish. They were like the first big like, oh, this is like a collection of like human guys that are also kind of like resurrected from the dead. And they were so fun because like they genuinely cared so fucking deeply about each other. The 7 bandit lords, like they really fucking cared about each other. And so each one of them dying was such a big deal. And there were just a lot of really great moments in that entire arc. Am I fine with the High Elves not having access to magical cavalry? I mean, I would like them to have access to magic cavalry, but my idea didn't pan out, so there's not really a lot I could do about it at this point. Like, would I have preferred for the High Elves to get some cavalry of their own so they could like match the Dark Elves and Wood Elves? Yes. Is it going to happen? No. Have I made my peace with that? Yes. Okay, my food is just about here. I believe if I take Elder Spire, does that give me... Yes, the only thing I have left is become Supreme Hunter. Which all I gotta do for that is tell Throgg to do this. Okay, my food's about to show up. I'm gonna go turn on the light so that they're not walking over to the house in darkness. And then we fight this battle, and that's it. We will have won. And then we can just kind of hang out and maybe play some Final Fantasy or something. I'll be right back. Alright. Let's kill us a Serpent of the World Roots, baby. It's gonna bother you? I mean, that's fair. I don't know what you could do at this point.
There, my lord. It's coming. It's in the trees. Can you see it?
It's in the trees! The trees are speaking dragon! Alright, go forth, my legions.
But take heed. The tree men of the forest will not sit back while we attack. They will try and save their monstrous champion, just as it saved them in the past.
They're about to have to save these nuts. Okay, let's put all the Vanguard stuff on one of the flanks. Dreadlock can go with them. And then we'll have Throgg's Horde shoot up the center. With Big Daddy in tow. Okay. And then we've got the flying contingent. Kill them all. You're not going anywhere. Come here. Get the Dreadmaw into the middle of this mess. Okay, I'm gonna summon lightning. Frigastrix. Do this. Purple Sun. Throgg, come kill this fucking thing. Radishashin has fallen. Radishashin? Radishashin? Hey, Sotek, just learning how to mod this game. Any advice to beginners? Bro, I don't know a fucking thing about modding. I wish I did. It's one of those things I would love to teach myself at some point, but I'm stupid, is the real answer. But, because I would love to make a Be'lakor mod that makes Be'lakor and the Shadow Legion what it should be, because I feel like more people would support the idea if they could actually get their hands on it. Because I hate the way Be'lakor currently works in Total War. I think it's terrible, and it makes me really sad. We did it! We got the Dark Gods playthings and Immortal Marauders. We did it! Where is it? Long victory achieved! Hooray! And we also got Supreme Hunter, which Supreme Hunter is actually absolutely fucking bonkers. It's a really nice ability. Woohoo! Hooray! 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 All right, that is our Throgg campaign finished. I still have to do High Elves. Who else do I have to do? I'm missing like 2 or 3. I think I'm literally missing 3. I've got to do Warriors of Chaos and High Elves. I think that's it. I think that's all I got left, at least until the end times. I highly suspect the end times is going to have a lot of achievements. So I guess we should do a poll over on what's it called? We should do a poll on YouTube about which High Elf we should do. Because I'd probably want to do either Tyrion Teclis or Aislinn, whatever. Yeah. Okay, I need to put that in my calendar real fast. That we got an Age of Sigmar match on Saturday or Friday, which means I need to make some changes to my calendar and the stream schedule, because that means we're going to be streaming AOS Friday morning. AOS match or game, and it's going to be at 9 a.m. Let me go ahead and put that on the calendar. Cool beans. All right, so we're done with Total War for the night, but I'm not done streaming. So here's what I'm thinking we're going to do. I think we're going to go ahead and switch over to Final Fantasy 14. Just kind of hang out and play Ninja and stuff. So if you are like, no, I hate that, I only want to see Total War, that's okay. You don't have to stay, and I totally appreciate you spend the time that you spent here with us. But if you like hanging out and you want to just chill, I'd love for you to stick around. Because of the way YouTube works, I do need to create a fresh lobby. So for like a millisecond, I'm going to go offline and then immediately come back online. But for YouTube, we'll be moving into a new lobby because YouTube doesn't like when you do this kind of shit. Throgg finished. It's ninja time. It's episode 78. Yeah, my god. That is a lot of Final Fantasy, my dudes. Okay, let me grab the Steam key for that. Okay, so I'm gonna go do that right now. Actually, let's do this. Thanks to the stream, Cetra never killed Kolek. No, he didn't. Yeah, Cetra never killed Kolek. They never fought. It would have been cool if they did. I think that would have been fun, but there are a number of people that are like, "Oh, they definitely fought," and it's like, no, they didn't. That was fan fiction. Now, it was fan fiction written by a it was fan fiction written by a official author, but it's still fan fiction. All right, so I'm gonna go do all that, and if you're on YouTube, if you're on the YouTube chat, I will